Good evening. Oh, what's going on? How's it going? How you doing? Nori Kitty, King's Assassin, Token Otaku, Astro Jab, what's up? How's it going, everyone? Good evening. Well, thank goodness it's not on mute. Doing good, excellent. Well, wonderful to have you guys in here for James Webb did do the stuff. It did do the stuff, and we're going to be geeking out about that. It is the biggest milestone. 300 possible points of failure, and Webb is fully deployed now. What we need to do is just wait for it to get to the Lagrange point, get everything all set up. What's going on? Kajad, hello. Good evening. How's it going? I did see the some Discord messages about bees. I will check that out a little later tonight, but I appreciate the info that I did see popping through there. I put to huck your damn GEM 45 out there with it. Uh-oh. Yeah, King Assassin, how's it going? Good to see you. Wonderful to see everybody in here. Was Artemis also launched today? I thought I heard something about Artemis today. I did not hear anything about a latest launch. There were some SpaceX launches that happened. So adorable. Hello, my love. Hello, Pookie. Starlink did do more launches. They put 49 more satellites, and so far I've not got any emails of Starlink being delivered. So yeah, there's more that have been launched, and yeah, like I said, I'm still waiting. I'm still on the wait list. I haven't taken off my reservation for Starlink, but for the most part, we're kind of happy with what we're working with now. What's going on, Third Rock? How are you? That's the other thing. Okay, there is an update to the ASiair Plus, but I know sometimes if certain mounts haven't been updated, like plugging in the hand controller will help things out. Another 50 satellites to run our skies. I mean, if they can reduce the reflection on those satellites and try to, I mean, it's going to be a unfortunate natural part of communications, but I realize that it is also mucking up our ground-based observations. I mean, we're not immune to the problems that could pop up there, but hopefully everybody is having a good Saturday or a good Sunday morning, wherever you guys are. As always, my name is Tom. I am the Astro Canuck, and tonight we're going to be talking about the milestone event for the James Webb Space Telescope, what we can expect, what we can hope to see in the near future, as well as we're not going to talk about the ghost pepper from yesterday and a little bit of image processing. And I will try out something different with the ASiair Plus as well tonight. So we'll check out how that's going to work out for us there. Something a lot of people forget, but the mounts have an onboard computer. You have to update the firmware often on your old Celestron mount. Like some of them, you have to buy like an adapter as well for to plug in from the hand controller into a PC to do the firmware update. It's not just ruining our skies, but we're launching so many satellites, so we have to keep track of preventing collisions with the ISS and stuff. The ISS was it was recently in danger from a destroyed satellite, and it's also why sometimes you're going to have timings of satellites. Sometimes they're going to have like instantaneous launches so that they meet that window and can put into avoid any possible space debris, and as well put things in the right position. You're loving your EQ6R Pro. I love mine as well. Like to the point that I'm saying, if I'm going to buy a second mount, it may very well be just a second EQ6R because it has been fantastic. What happened with the ghost peppers yesterday? We're not talking about that. No, we'll talk about that in a minute. I will share some of the adventures of the ghost peppers from yesterday. But yes, the EQ6R Pro, that is one of the things I would definitely want to keep in mind. Okay, also another thing I want to put on the background here, just because it is game day. I got this cup for my brother and sister-in-law for Christmas. It lights up every time the Maple Leafs, well, whatever your chosen team is, it lights up whenever there's a goal. So I'm going to put this somewhere where we can see it. We can see it flash. That way I know if the Leafs are going to score while I'm playing. Or while I'm playing. There we go. While we are streaming tonight. Something you always remind people to check driver's firmware. Well, because you're using the Astroberry. Yeah, I don't have that. I'm not that familiar with the software for the Astroberry. I just noticed the Probe Droid and Scout Trooper helmet on the shelf. So the Scout Trooper helmet has been like one of my favorite helmets in the Star Wars universe. The Stormtrooper is nice. First Order Stormtrooper, I do like that as well. However, there's just something about the Scout Trooper. So just typing Scout Trooper does that one, but if it's exclamation point Scout Trooper, all one word, there's one extra little bit that happens. Scout and ARF Troopers have really nice helmets. It's just, there's something about it. Like it's like the Stormtroopers are menacing, but there's just, I don't know, the shape of the Scout Trooper helmet. Maybe it's just the visor. Maybe also it's because that was like the very first Star Wars figure I ever had as a kid. Like the old Kenner, little small figures. But there's also I'm really debating on this one. There's a set of instructions for a 1-to-1 scale Scout Trooper Lego helmet. Very tempted to put money into that. Science Bullet, how's it going? Hello. Good evening. Good evening. Good to see you in here today. I'm glad to have you in tonight. Do it. Do it. Do it. Become the Scout Trooper. I wonder if you could wear the Lego helmet. So what do you got there? The GEM28 creates a dev TTY USB 0 interface without problem. GEM45 throws an absolute fit. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. Doing well, you glorious, glorious astronomer. Well, thank you. Thank you. Glad to see. Good to see you in here. Hopefully you're having a good evening tonight. It is a early Saturday evening. I tried to start out a little earlier tonight, and it just basically got me starting on time. So, yes, it will. Well, at least we're on time. Better earlier than later, right? So what I'm going to be trying a little later on tonight is with the ASiAir Plus. I've brought it in because this is the weather right now. It's been cloudy and blowing snow all day, and it's still freaking freezing. Not as cold as last night. We're at -5 at the moment, and well, you can see there's some blowing snow happening, and I think it's feeling like minus. Oh, we got a snow. Whoa! Oh, all right. Hang on a second here. Let's see. We have things have changed. Things have changed. We have a snow squall watch overnight. So how much? I don't know how much more we're supposed to be. Could be getting some reduced visibility, heavy snow and blowing snow until Tuesday morning. That doesn't sound right. Possibly 25 centimeters over the next 12 hours. Well, we'll keep an eye on the weather, and hopefully that doesn't interfere with any of the our connection. It's goat dandruff, not snow. See, we got the USB in the back of the mount is the EC, so it's the V2 setup from the documentation perspective. For the sake of spamming, this chat you put some of the head slamming into wall you've done on Discord. No worry. I mean, it's also good to see how people kind of go about fixing up their equipment as well. I mean, we've all had those nights of gremlins, and it is incredibly frustrating. The lighting behind those trees in the distance, that's where we hide the spaceship. Now that is when it's nice and cloudy, we can really see like the only source of light pollution. In the summer, it's good because the trees are fully I was going to say fully engorged with leaves. That's not it. Just they're in full bloom with leaves and flowers. So it cuts out a lot of that haze. And also you can see some of the cell phone towers blinking in the background as well. It's incredible how much farther we can see when all the trees are naked out there. But also big outdoor excitement. Massive outdoor excitement today. We had 5 deer in the backyard. It was I just happened to look out the kitchen window and I saw a buck missing one antler, and it's like, ooh, a deer. Ooh, another deer. There's 3. And then 2 more showed up, and they were just eating the leftover apples from one of our trees. And it's like, oh, there's so many deer. That's why I love the Astro community on Twitch, because we're able to talk through the gremlins and figure out what might be causing the problem. Exactly. And sometimes the penny will drop on stream, and I discover why all of a sudden my images were looking garbage when there was too much red in them, and we figured that out. So hopefully, if anybody else has those issues in the future, I have a very good callback to how it can be easily fixed. Do you know anywhere I can grab the graph of the average temperature of space since the Big Bang, aka changes to the cosmic background radiation over time? Offhand, personally, no. But if somebody else might know, I would say start searching with maybe through Is there any archives with NASA or even articles from Universe Today? You can't drop screenshots / logs here. That's just way too extra anyway. Things like that, yes, by all means, please share that in the Discord, because if we can, even if it can help you and point you in the right direction, or if somebody else has had this problem before, like if not, if it doesn't, I would say drop some information in our Discord. Check out, Third Rock Astronomy has a Discord as well. Astro Biscuit has one. It is, and there's just always going to be a wealth of information for people to find these things out here. Every time you try looking it up, it ends up giving you a graph of Earth's temperature and global warming proof. Oh, well, maybe that. Hopefully, that's it there. Would that be something of the information I might be looking for? If that helps point you in the right direction, hopefully that will give you some details there. Now let's see. So yesterday, those who tuned in an hour after the stream began, I consumed a ghost pepper. And this was all part of the original harebrained scheme that I had for one of our goals, was to eat a ghost pepper. And I changed it midway through the month, and we ended up, like I said, we ended up breaking that goal. So I honored it. And I got to say, there were some new sounds that my stomach made last night, to the point that I'm like, who else is in the house? It was interesting. That's about as far as I'll go for you guys. But needless to say, if that ever happens again, it'll probably be too soon. And I mean, we probably have to step things up a little bit as well. We can't just do a ghost pepper again. I know what I'm in for with that. So if anything does happen in the future with a hot pepper, we have to step it up just a tiny bit. Try something new. But other than that, I remember that huge pipe in the Willy Wonka movie pouring liquid chocolate into the river. What's going on, Alistair? How are you? You thought Twitch was against ghost pepper? I don't know. Just remember, milk or peanut butter. I mean, I like peanut butter. Like, it's always nice to have the ace of spades coated in peanut butter. It's always a delicious treat. Most excellent. Thank you for asking. No worries. Always good to see you in here. How was the aftermath overall? I think I handled everything fairly well. But again, that was... that's what you heard, but you don't care if people do it. I mean, I put it on a cracker, at least. It wasn't just a ridiculous thing of eating just a straight out ghost pepper. But I mean, we do have, like I said, for our bits, every increment of 50 bits, there is a little spicy snack. But I like the spice. I like flavor. And it mucks up with my speaking ability. So a little bit of entertaining, hopefully. It all in the name of entertainment. Rest assured, if anything,
holy potatoes!
If anything isn't feeling right, then I would totally stop doing the hot peppers. But it's fun. It's good. It's great. You got to be careful what people are doing in trouble because they're reapers. See, I don't know if I will go as far as a reaper. Oh, what's this one? I don't know. Maybe it's a little bit more of an uptight. Maybe we'll do some little bit of French accent, a little bit. Maybe I don't know, over the top. Maybe, possibly. Let's go at that. Let's be careful with it on Twitch because people got in trouble. They are eating reaper, causing themselves harmful views. That is one thing. I would not do anything so ridiculous and try to cause harm, and at least do some little bit of entertainment. So that way it seems to be a little
inevitable.
We're talking like 15 Reapers in an hour. Okay, that's ridiculous. I would do one. Yeah, see, I wouldn't, I wouldn't, like, maybe if it's something that is like a hot sauce, not like a straight pepper, you know, like maybe one step up from a ghost pepper. But again, it's not for the point of that kind of pain. For subs and bits, like, you just can't have people do subs or bits to take shots. No, it would be like, it's definitely not for me. I wouldn't do. That would not be any alcohol, stuff like that. Oh, there goes the internet again. What's happening? I wonder if we're going to have... Hopefully we don't have too many issues with the outdoor looking... Oof. You never do any of it. You hate hot spice. And you're man enough to say no. I mean, it's also just kind of being responsible. Like, I know I can handle heat, and I'm not going to do anything like ridiculous. But then again, it is... yeah, just for the sake of entertainment, and thankfully there wasn't any really massive ill effects. Yeah, you missed it. Salut mes amis, comment allez-vous? Bonsoir. I love with the... Oh, well, you love the outdoor heat. You don't like it in your mouth. It was an interesting heat overall in the mouth last night. It was a new... It was familiar, but it was a little more intense. It was like all over, like the entire mouth, and there was like a small little bit. Actually, there was probably the most hilarious part was the hiccups. I think that was like the most hilarious part of it. You like spicy food to a point. Your brother-in-law once made sunburn in your mouth burritos. He used like 20 ghost peppers and you tried it. Oh, no. I would say overall, the heat of the ghost pepper lasted for about 12 minutes. How many languages can I speak? Good English, terrible English, and je parle plus de français. And that's really about it. And to the point that I really wish that I would have stuck out French class more throughout high school. It was one of those things, as soon as I could drop it, I did. And I do regret doing that. Because I would like to be able to understand and have better conversational French. Because it just sounds nice. What about British, mate? You having a giggle? You think I can't talk British? Well, I can talk bad British, innit? I spent enough time in Essex, I did. Not enough time in London, where there was more of a larger melting pot. But no, those, overdoing it with heat. Again, heat for the sake of heat is just, it's gross. It's disgusting. There's no fun in that. There's no enjoyment possible. As long as there's flavor in something spicy, then I'm all for it. Fiat Mini Meat. What's going on, Baguette? Team Baguette. Bonsoir. Hopefully y'all doing well tonight. Good to have you in here. Now, it's... what do we got there? There are some shout-outs that I've missed. Mods, may I please get some shout-outs for do we need there? Third Rock Astronomy. Can we get a shout out for Third Rock Astronomy, as well as Science Streams and Nori Kitty, for starters. That's some more people to be checking out there. Deadly Fork, hello. How you doing? How's it going? Fully recovered? I would say like 90% recovered from yesterday. Yeah. Overall, things were good. You had a fallout with a streamer who said that doing accents was offensive, and she was bent out of shape over on her stream. You stopped following her. Shocked people are getting this bad in society. You love accents and cultures on this planet. Well, they said doing accents was offensive. Then I guess they don't like movies and seeing plays and people acting, you know? So things like that. I mean, everybody is going to have their own opinion. Unfortunately, hopefully it doesn't always cause fallouts, but, you know. Up near me, you're in northern Vermont tonight. Oh, very nice. How is your weather there? How's the weather where you are right now? Because this is what we... Actually, no, the wind has stopped. We're expecting maybe 15 to 25 centimeters overnight. Oh, thank you. See, I just try to parrot things, you know. Never do I ever hope to offend anybody. And if it goes, can I breathe in that thing? I thought of the what okay, does Snapchat have... Hang on a second. Not Snapchat, Snapcam. Hang on. Hang on. Some of you may know where I'm going with this. Oh. Dang, there's no Spaceballs related filters on Snap Camera. Insert meme of Obama giving Obama a medal. Well, I mean, I could do the shout out for Third Rock, but you know, I also like the hilarity of it. But yeah, go check out Science Streams. Go check out Berlin for some amazing biology on ants and information on these interesting insects throughout the largest insect community in the world. You want to see some more astrophotography? Go check out Third Rock. Whenever Third Rock Astronomy has clear skies as well, they'll be sharing the night sky, and hopefully some amazing images coming through with your new monochrome camera. Hatch green chili, all the great taste with very mild heat. I mean, I like the flavor and spice. It's probably why I do really enjoy a lot of Lebanese food and Indian food. It's a very nice spice palette. You played with Snapcam, took some photos of yourself with it, placing makeup on you. You put photos on Facebook, and your friends thought you were at home playing with makeup. I mean, who does that? I mean, who just looks through all these filters to see what they can do, you know? How wonderful. What's this one? That's not much. It seems to be very limited. There's like two filters that do this. That's it. Oh, how do I turn that one off? I went away. I clicked away from it. The heck is this one? That was weird. Dig deeper. There's a lot that make a full bearded man. What you saying? Wait, what? Okay, classic one of this.
And? Is this one better? Does this work out? Like, are we just gonna play with Snapcam the whole night? Probably not. I think I need to talk more about astronomy. I think that's all we need to do. Yep. It's more of a sweet pepper, and once cooked and de-seeded, heat is gone. They never have a mild and hot version of my favorite chili pepper. Yes, I was born. I was born with the beard. I can't fully bearded. Yeah. How, does that work better? Okay, I gotta turn this all off. Hang on a second, this is not... Wait, let's go.
Okay, that's better now, right? Do I look like I was born yesterday? Possibly. Oh, wait, that's the wrong one.
That's demon. No. No. No, we don't want that. Let's get away. No. There we are. Okay, now we're back. Right? Are we? Is it just me? Okay, it's just me. Good. You got promoted to a delegate for the International Dark Sky Association. You can find you on IDA's map now. The only one in the Caribbean. Ooh, really? Congratulations. Wait a second. Where does that go? Yeah, Astrojob. Congrats on that. It's amazing. How was the rest of your imaging night last night? How did things go? Right. I was farting around. I missed something. You posted King Assassin, you posted an image of the graph. It's similar to what you're looking for in Discord. Hatch green pepper chilies. Very nice. I don't know if I can import those chilies. Maybe. We'd have to check it out. Muffin, thank you very much for the lurk. I appreciate you as well, friend. Good to see you in here. Hopefully you're having a good evening. But appreciate the lurks very much. Hopefully you're doing well. We will be now. I see Muffin. I see your name, and I instantly think of the crinkle for the Lego bags. So tomorrow we will be continuing our. Oh, excuse me, wrong one. Our build of the Lego the space shuttle, and yeah, just looking forward to working more on that build and starting the space shuttle as well. That's what I'm looking forward to. The International Dark Sky Association promoted the dark sky and tries to minimize the light pollution across the globe. Find out additional information here. But I think that it is it is so important to be able to have dark skies, not even just for the sake of being able to look at the stars, but for the ecological benefits of it, and just being able to let animals have their natural dark habitats when they need it. So it is very important to be protecting the night. You're about to completely swamp that channel with the stuff you tried. No worries, go for it. Go for it. Can we require national parks to be dark sky sites in order to retain their national park status? That'd be good. That'd be good. We still building that life-size shuttle Lego build. We're still working on it. Actually, because we had last Sunday off. There hasn't been any other build being done. There are 13. This was 3 bags, and there are 13 bags for the space shuttle. So I don't know how long those are going to take. It is like the fact of how large the Hubble telescope. Don't hold it like that. How large the Hubble model is that it fits in the space shuttle as bananas, that it's going to fit in there. And I don't know how big this thing gets. There's going to have to be either I'm going to have to suspend it from the ceiling or put it somewhere on a shelf. So that is that's part of the NASA Space Shuttle Discovery set. And we will continue that tomorrow. Yogurt Garrel! Yogurt! Yogurt, thank you so much. How you doing tonight? All right, need to get food. Walk Puppo real quick. Back in a bit. Plus, further from the G, the 45 means less likely to huck it out the window. Sounds like a plan. We'll be here. We'll be continuing things tonight. But Yogurt Garrel, thank you so much. Thank you for the Tier 1 reset for 8 months. 8 months. Holy moly. On to the spike of appreciation for you. Yes, doing well. Doing very well tonight. Doing very well. Glad to see you in here. Hopefully you're having a good weekend. Matei, hello. What's going on? How are you doing? Yeah, Yogurt, thank you so much for the resub. 8 months. My goodness. Did you ever see James May's Toy Stories where they build a house out of Lego? I have not seen that. I haven't seen that yet. Yeah, Matei, doing very well. Doing very well tonight. On a Saturday evening, I made sure that I actually brought in the ASiAir Plus so we can actually take some images off of here. And actually probably clear out the hard drive as well so that we can take more images when we actually get some clear skies, because that is not exactly the case right now. We have this nice low layer of clouds hanging over, and we're also expecting about 15 to 25 centimeters overnight of snow. So that's going to put a damper on things a little bit. But other than that, we will attempt to get some images. I did image Markarian's Chain, which is a cluster of galaxies out in the constellation of Virgo. If I can bring that up here, show you guys what we were looking at. Oh, sorry, we're on the wrong scene here. This is what we're looking at. We're aiming to image Markarian's Chain, which was focused on this section here of a large, well, looks like a connection of galaxies that vary from a few dozen million light years away to a couple 100 million light years away. You sold a Pokemon card for 200,000. What? Was it like a super duper shiny golden Pikachu? That's bananas. That's yeah, that's a fairly good return. So we got blowing snow. That's going to be a little bit of an issue. All right, I have bookmarked that. A very, very rare card from 1999. See, it's like it's always after the fact when you realize certain collectible items are valuable. But again, they're only as valuable as people want them to be. And yeah, if you can, 1999 shiny Charizard, not bad. Did the glass light up? Did it? If it did, I didn't see. What's going on, old balls? Pops, how are you? I captured a few frames on M42 yesterday after more than 3 to 4 years or so. I guess most of us astrophotography fans like the iconic Orion Nebula. Yes, I would agree. I think it's just one of those perfect targets because you can, like, 5 seconds with a phone. You get to see like the rough shape of the nebula. Be able to look at it even with your own eyes. You can see the Orion Nebula. It's a beautiful target. Dylan Royal Game, what's going on, Dylan? How are you? Good evening. Good evening. Good to see you in here. Hopefully you're doing well tonight. Now let's see, what did the phone light up? Hang on a second. Actually, now I'm going to have to muddle around with the... You're doing good. You got hockey and football on TV. Ooh, perfect. Let's see. Where is my... Maple Leafs did score. Yes, perfect. Doing good. Did some speed running earlier. What did you speed run? What did you do? All right, can we reconnect here? Yeah, no, that's fine. Right, when am I going to do another quiz again? Good question. Very good question. Let's see. I wonder. We'll take some time, let things all settle in, let things settle, and then we'll think about when the next quiz night is going to be. Althor, what's going on, sir? How's it going? I'm quite happy at your balcony with your balcony trip of M42 Dead Nebula. Excellent. How have things gone with your polar alignment? With Thor? How's it going? Has the update been in your favor? Has that worked out well? No, I keep saying my glass is disconnected. It should have been lighting up. Did speedrunning with GTA 5. I've watched some people speedrun GTA, and it seems mind-boggling how quickly you get through some of the mission. Like you pick up a phone call, you call the person, you hang up, you get back, you get out of a cab, you get back in a cab, and then you're back to a destination. You can skip like really quick. What is like the world record, and what did you get up to there, Dylan? Are you secretly the world record holder for GTA 5 speedrunning? When you were little, your mom and dad got you a telescope. You remember on the cold winter nights, you always see more clear. Why is that? I will say in a moment. Brooks! Officer Wolf! Hello, officer. How are you doing? Brooks, thank you very much for the gifted sub. How are you doing tonight? 2 Prairie Plucky Punch for 2 months. My goodness, thank you. Thank you very much. 5.5 hours is the world record. My goodness. Where do you get I guess you don't even get to enjoy the game. But yeah, Brooks, thank you so much for the gifted sub to Plucky Prairie Punch. Thank you. On to the spike of appreciation. But yeah, Sonic, we'll answer that question in just a moment here. I think I'm going to have to give up on this little, my little connecting glass. Why it doesn't want to work here? It says it's disconnected. What's up, Bluetooth? Oh well, can't worry about that now. I was hoping it would have just like automatically connected when a game started. Oh well. Doing good. Just intrigued about some astronomy talk. You like astronomy? Well, glad to have you on in here, Officer Wolf. And that's about the general idea of what goes on here. No, usually we are taking live images of outer space from my backyard. However, it's snowing. We have snow squall warnings here in southwestern Ontario, so it is a little bit of a pain at the moment to be doing any imaging. However, we do capture some brilliant images, and I'm always happy with what we can see. And we're just recently talking about the Orion Nebula, how astrophotographers really love this target. Now, we did have a bit of a tracking error the other night, so ignore the streaky stars. You find a better picture of Orion. So objects like this is like the best target to shoot for beginners and experienced astrophotographers alike. It is super bright. It is one of the closest nebulae to us. It's only about 1,400 light years away. It is about 100 light years in diameter. And we are. It's one of the things you can see easily with your own eyes. You know, this it is a stellar nursery, as Third Rock has stated, because it has a nice kind of a softer look to things, and whereas a lot of supernova remnants are more aggressive looking and more destructive, whereas the stellar winds that are created from these stars, as violent as the whole operation is, it's still creating these beautiful structures in outer space. Let's put this back. I'm pretty sure this shoulder camera is like way off at the moment. There we go. You've upgraded the ASiair Plus antenna with this one. A little long, but a greater range. All right, what do we got there? I've seen a few people using this one. I've seen a few people using this. It does, you know, if it looks stupid and it works, then it's not stupid. You love seeing Orion during the winter months in the Midwest. It's such a beautiful target, especially when the whole Orion constellation like dominates the night sky. And it's just like growing up, I was in a highly light polluted area, so I was only familiar with seeing the belt stars of Orion and Betelgeuse and Rigel, and that was it. I thought those 5 stars made the whole constellation. But then getting more into astronomy and astrophotography, you realize that Soft, Bellatrix, Mesa, and a great deal of other stars comprise the entire constellation. That is just the way how it just lords over us, you know. Yes, I do have the Xbox Connect. I've been having some issues. I've been having some issues getting it connected. Pardon the pun. Because that was our infrared camera, but it, for some reason, doesn't want to work unless I'm using it in just... actually, let's see here. Does it still work? Let's see. Connect. Oh, all right. So maybe it does work sometimes. All right, maybe we'll have to get that reinstated here. But yeah, Brooks, how you doing tonight? Good to see you. Hopefully all is well. Saw if you forget about, and sometimes you think Cursa in the constellation when it isn't. It is. It's. I gotta say, when I was doing more manual tracking and with the Star Adventurer, I was getting much more familiar with really like each individual star in the constellation. And I gotta say, going back outside is a bit of an important thing as well, just to be able to have that connection with the night sky. I tried making a panorama of the backyard and putting in stellarium. Help see if trees and building are obstructing. I have the image of my backyard, and I am working on a very quick YouTube video. And I keep saying I'm working on YouTube videos, and it is, it's hard. It's hard getting into that mindset of shooting. Like I'm more used to doing things live. I'm more. I like the improv that comes along with things and just working on the fly. And sitting there trying to record, getting the words right for a YouTube video, it does my nut in. And it's not that I don't want to do it. I would like to be able to do more of those and help people out. But still, for now on the YouTube channel, it is saving our VODs and maybe doing a couple little highlights here and there. You need to learn how to better identify the other constellations other than Orion in the night sky and other than the two dippers. Another fun one to find for the constellation is Cassiopeia, where it is this large W in the sky, and that sits along the plane of the Milky Way. So the stars that comprise of let's turn off the deep sky objects and just leave the constellations. That W of stars is another one. Austin Matthews again. Okay, good. I picked Austin Matthews tonight. Oh boy, I hope I had. I may have Austin Matthews in my Tim Hortons picks, but I don't think I have him in my regular hockey pool. Cygnus is another good one as well. Third Rock, you're saying, which is just below the horizon now for me. Let's turn back time, shall we? So you have the northern cross of Cygnus the Swan. See, we have the constellation art. You throw that up on there, and you can kind of, I mean, some of the constellations, they don't always match up with what they're meant to be. Brooks, you're doing well. Great to see you doing well. Always glad to see you in here. Always good to have you guys in. And it is a fabulous Saturday night, despite the snow and freezing temperatures. What are we on there? Yes. So I do have everything all set up for. I did see somebody had posted putting your own landscape into Solarium, and it was like a 30-minute video. I'm thinking I just want to have something quick and concise, just to be able to, like, here's what you need to do. Here's this. Here's that. Here's the other. And if you want to explore further into just the nuances of making everything fit, then there's some other tutorials for that. But just like the bish bash bosh, get it in there. Have the rough look of your backyard. It doesn't need to be dead on perfect. However, it just, as long as you have that good idea of what targets are going to be blocking your views. You're actually able to spot that one, but it wouldn't really know just by heart at the moment. Eventually, things like that will come into mind. Betelgeuse, Rigel, Bellatrix, Vega, Sirius, Fomalhaut, and a few others you can identify pretty easily. What's another one? Aldebaran is another star that I was getting more familiar with because there was the occultation of the moon in Aldebaran a few years back. So I stayed up as late as possible to catch her. I think I got the star was about a few degrees away from the moon before it was well, essentially batteries were dying. This is before I had connections into the house. Right, there was another question that popped up. Sonic, you had asked about when you were little, your mom and dad got you a telescope, and you remember on cold nights. Remembering on cold nights, you would always see more clear. Why is that? Heat is a very big issue, and also just our atmosphere, the water vapor in the atmosphere, and you're going to get the residual heat coming off the rooftops. And because the air mass is much cooler in the winter, there isn't as much of turbulence in the atmosphere. We can still have like a high moisture, high humidity, which is going to cause the twinkling. But when the atmosphere is a little more stable, and that's what also improves your seeing, when sometimes those nights just look absolutely like the stars are these pinpoint, tack-sharp little points of light up in the sky. That is when you have really good seeing, and generally that does happen more often in the wintertime because there's less, you get less of that residual heat, the radiation, the IR, which is the infrared, which kind of we discern that as heat on our skin, but it is the cooler you get. So it's the comparison of the heat coming off the road. What do you think about this pier design? Some people call it a Todd Morden pier. Let's see. Is that using like a couple of cinder blocks with that? Or is it just like two concrete blocks? Again, it's one of the, if you can get everything stable. I know Astrostace in the UK, she documented making a pier out of 2 cinder blocks, and it seems to be still working out very well for her. And she did document that very well on her Twitter page, and I think she may have had a YouTube video on that. But again, if it works, then Again, it's the same deal as the antenna for the ASiAir. If it looks stupid but it works, then it's not stupid. I've been talking to your school's astronomy teacher a lot and showing her the photos you take, and we're thinking of doing a school star party on Monday or Tuesday. You should email her about that. Oh, that'd be cool. It'd be very cool to do that. The question, is there a reason why humans haven't made any new constellations? I don't want to say if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But I guess unless... Would we rename Orion at all if we were to see Betelgeuse explode? If we were to see it go supernova, would it no longer be the shoulder of Orion? Would he be wounded at this point? Stupid is as stupid does. Baba said these are my magic shows. Baba said they take me anywhere. Orion had a back injury. He blew out his shoulder. No more free throws for him. So how would I feel if we were eventually able to get an image of another solar system star as good as our imaging of something such as Jupiter or our own star? I would want to know which telescope you're using. We want to get some time on that. I mean, there was a image of, I believe it was Betelgeuse it was on ESA's website. And there's like a greater amount of detail being seen, and just from technology improving. But yeah, if we could resolve something as well as we could with something within our own solar system, the thing is the distances and how tiny they are. I think it's to be able to, using gravitational lensing of other larger galaxies to see even farther beyond, and then being able to interpret the size. Interpret the resolution, what we could be seeing or what the image is. And it really is, it also comes down to a lot of time that can be spent. There is a long list of science projects that are in line, that are in the queue for observations on telescopes, ground and space-based. And it'll be interesting to see what is going to be happening with Webb Astrojav. Astrojav, thank you very much for the gifted sub. To Erlam 237, thank you very much. Thank you. On to the pillar of happiness, the spike of appreciation. Little cute girl, hello. Hello, sexy mamas. How are you? Welcome in. Little cute girl, how you doing tonight? Oh, yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the gifted sub. Greatly appreciated. Very appreciated. You're good? Wonderful. Hopefully your weekend has been going well. Hopefully your Saturday night is off to a good start. Trying to figure out voice mod. To what degree? I have voice mod as well. And so far, all I like to do is just things like this and sing a little bit. I'm not quite sure how it goes.
Are we back?
There we go. Okay, maybe I will hit the demon. Okay. Back to me. There we go. Well, there you go. I am definitely really still trying to figure out voice mod. All right. We're back. We're good. There we go. How's it going, Doodler? How can you mute when you switch the voice changer on so no sound plays? Like, what do we have here? Lars, how you doing? How's it going tonight? So what do we have? If you can hear yourself, you turn that on. Oh, now we got double me. Oh. Then turn off background effects because certain ones just have like absolutely ridiculous sound. There's your mute button here. You can always put a swear button on there as well. But I honestly have not gone through a lot of these voices. So I keep the voice changer on and I just have it as the clean. So if I were to switch over to
if we're to switch over to something like this, then at least
it's always on like that. And my microphone in OBS is the voice mod virtual audio device. What is this one?
What does this one sound? Oh. This is the way.
There is so much to play. And even like the voice lab is something I really haven't even checked out. I did get the Pro because there was a Black Friday deal. There was a Black Friday deal for like 75% off. I think I paid like $20 for everything, if less. I can't remember what it was. It was like it was a ridiculous deal. So I'm like, oh, may as well. It was like the lifetime Pro version on there. So maybe there's like some super late Boxing Day deals. It was a little pop-up that came up on there. So, but again, but I've also found that some of them are just like a variation of a robotic voice, and only a few of them so far have been like really good. Bubba has, I was cheeky as well. I did use Bubbaroo's 5% off on top of the discount. So that's why I was able to get a stinkingly very good deal on there. So yeah, I did use Bubbaroo's 5% discount. So glad to get this, and also happy to help out another streamer. So, and the fact that it worked too, that you could, that we were able to combine these options on here. So I still haven't had, see, also when I sit down here, I need to kind of make sure that I am like alone and sound like an idiot alone, rather than testing out all these voices, because it's also weird to hear yourself.
And if I change it over, I need to listen to myself. But then again, it's kind of strange. So, well,
I don't know. There's interesting things to do with voice mod. See, this happened earlier tonight.
Where these two kind of matched up a little bit too well. So maybe this won't be like a complete feature on here, but, you know, it just goes to prove that I was born with a beard.
Came out learning how to shave. That's the other thing is just what I want to do is just for the silliness, for the giggles and things, just try to make things match up. But right now, the latest things that I have done some improvements on is the achievement unlocked reward, as well as the snap. Those two I have integrated Lumia Stream better into everything, so it's actually a lot of the commands are hidden, so it's no longer some The rattle was the only change, wasn't it? Yep. Yep. Just adding a rattle here. That's all it was. But I guess I should combine those two. I should make that a button so at least goes to the bait. I don't know. I don't know why. When would I ever? Maybe if we're talking about like stellar.
When we're talking about stellar nurseries, much like the Orion Nebula, it's very important to know that these stars are in their infancy and could eventually start to form protostars and accrete the gases and dust around them and start to make some protoplanets. I think that would be very, very important to understand, especially when we're talking about stellar nurseries.
Baby has man hands. Like a reverse Deadpool. So maybe I should turn that into a button for at least when we're talking about stellar nurseries. And then perhaps, I guess, with supernovae. Don't see anything happening. There we go. All right. So for some reason, the demon has been causing VoiceMod to crash. Interesting. But yes, no. I glad to help you out there. Just offer a little bit of insight, even if it isn't with space, because although we still talk about stellar nurseries, but you know, there's all sorts of different little things here and there that we use for streaming, and you know, it can be daunting. You don't know. Sometimes you don't know where to start. You know, which is always crazy. So if you want to check out Little Cute Girl doing some work on on VoiceMod, go check out her streams. Go check out Little Cute Girl, as well as Galars the cat. FG, there we go. Also, go check out Galars the cat. How has a Plague Tale been? I was lurking in one of your streams earlier on. So that was it looked like an interesting game to be playing there. And yeah, James Webb is fully deployed. That is the massive news of today. I do know why the mirror is gold instead of silver. It has to do with gold being able to absorb, or to be able to reflect infrared light, and silver would just absorb it, right? But if I got that wrong. Also because you need to, these are, the wavelengths are a little longer in the infrared. However, these mirrors need to be incredibly precise to be able to focus that all that light onto the secondary mirror in the camera, or the instrumentation inside. But this was a massive day for James Webb. It is fully deployed, and over the next few months, the next few weeks, the next couple of weeks, it'll be traveling to its L2 Lagrange point. But there's also the alignment of the 18 primary mirror segments that is going to have to go. That is going to have to take place. You finished the game last stream. How was that? You got food. Creatures are fed. Back to suffering. Oh no. No, we don't want that. We want you to thrive with astrophotography. We want to get to the bottom of what is up with your equipment woes, and that if any, you know, as soon as soon as you figure out what the problem is, what the issue is, someone else is going to have this issue, and you will be the savior of their entire astrophotography career. But hopefully we do find the answer to that, and many more of life's problems with astrophotography. But hopefully no problems will befall the James Webb Space Telescope as it continues onto its L2 Lagrange point insertion, which will be, the burn will occur in, what day is it now? Fully deployed in 14 days. So in the next 12 days, we can expect the next bit of intense moments when it is put into that Lagrange point. I hope so. The r/astrophotography Discord eventually just settle on, I don't know, build an Intel NUC. That doesn't seem too helpful. Would that work though? But still, you want to be able to. The Astroberry should be able to. I thought the Astroberry software was meant to be as diverse as things like StellarMate or even what Prima Luce does. No, they're very helpful. You're just doing some dumb shit. Well, that's okay. That happens. But again, it's not. As long as we learn from the problems that we have, as long as we can figure out how to better diagnose these problems, then it's great. We've had our fair share of gremlins on the stream, not weather notwithstanding. That doesn't count. We know that there's absolutely nothing we can do about the weather. We haven't been able to build a weather machine yet. I've watched many movies on how they build it, but they don't give the exact schematics on how to build a weather-altering machine. I like the game of Plague Tale. It has a cinematic feel to it, that the transition between video and user play is fluent. Early 2022 sequel is expected. Well, hopefully that it's. I like that when things like that work out, when you kind of just discover a game for yourself, or even like a book series, and then all of a sudden here comes the sequel. You don't have to wait. It's like it's like binge watching a program that is already into like its third season, and it's all good, you know. Yes. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, check Bill Nash. He might. I think Bill would be a very good candidate to talk to about your woes there, Kijad. But you're not even inviting gremlins in at the moment. Don't. Well, that's vampires. You don't invite in. You don't invite in. There's gremlins you don't feed after midnight. Mental Flex, what's going on? How are you? How's it going? The chili pepper, the ghost pepper yesterday was interesting, and like I said, there was a new symphony of sounds that my stomach made last night. We'll leave it at that. I think the first ingredient in the weather machine is God mode. Whatever comes after that. Step 1, God mode. Step 2, I don't know. I got a new game queued up for now. Away, the survival series. In that game, your character is a sugar glider, and the game has a documentary voice. Really? Oh, that sounds cool. Away, the survival series. Can you drop these
potatoes?
Can you drop a Steam link into steaming link? No, drop a steaming link. Drop a link to that in the Discord somewhere, because I would like to check that out. I'd like to check it out. AZ Pinoy, what's going on? Or being from the United States, AZ, what's happening? How you doing? Good to see you in here. You got a great device for us all. Yes, if we could get if we could all get a Zarkov cloud gun, that'd be perfect. But they're out of stock at the moment. We just gotta wait. We'll check back next week. We'll check back next week on the stock for this one. Yeah, AZ, good to see you in here tonight. Hopefully you're doing well. Also, you want to go check out AZ Pinoy, a fantastic Lego streamer. Great energy on his stream, and just a fun place to hang out in. at Beetle Rock. Yeah, doing well, AZ. What's going on? Welcome in, Raiders. Beetle Rock, how are you? How's it going? The goat is fantastic. It is doing very, very well. Glad to see you in here. Welcome in, Raiders. How are things? What were you up to? What were you up to tonight? Kerbal. Oh, how'd you do? How are things? What was the latest launch you were preparing for, or did you launch today? We're glad to see you in here. Sam Shung, thank you very much for the shout out for Beetle Rock. Glad to have you guys in here. For those of you who are new to the stream, welcome in, Raiders. My name is Tom. I am the Astro Canuck.
By the power of Grayskull, I have the mustache.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful to have you in here. I would just make my GEM 28 very sad, so the 45 is how you're whipping it around. Ideally for all the equipment. Halthor, thank you very much for joining in. Good to see you as always. Have a nice evening. Take care of yourself. You sent a probe to Jewel and visited a few of its moons, which is like Jupiter. I have not seen that. I haven't got far enough into Kerbal. I'm still stuck in the freaking tutorial section. I think we need to pick another night for some Kerbal and see if we can get any farther in the game. Get out of the tutorial, because so far what I've just put a rocket on the launch pad and fire it and see what happens, and then accidentally send your Kerbin out for an EVA and then make them jump off the probe and then watch it float away, and then you're stuck with your Kerbin slowly in a decaying orbit around the Earth. So that's the problem, is sometimes I will just racing games, I'll turn around and go the wrong direction. Like, don't get me started on NASCAR. It's a sharp learning curve, but the community is amazingly helpful and nice. It seems like it's about as much of a learning curve or a learning cliff like Elite Dangerous. May as well throw myself into like either end of the pool for scientific games, or at least space-related games. So we'll go to the engineering side of things, which I am like way down here for building, and then for everything else with like traveling throughout space and finding out new stars and constellations that we've imaged before within Elite Dangerous. We'll just we'll start setting up some game nights. If I haven't watched Scott Manley's tutorials, they're probably the best. I have not watched Scott Manley's tutorials. Let's see, Scott Manley Kerbal Space Program. Wow, that popped up really quick. It's almost as if the computer is listening to me. All right, I've dropped a subscription to Mr. Manley, and yeah, just kind of get. See, I was also more concerned with giving voices to each of the tutorial leaders, and then I also had to find out what Von Braun sounded like, so I could actually not be as offensive as I could. The parts look different, but he's an absolute legend. I've seen a few of his other videos, and it's just I haven't actually checked out a lot of the Kerbal stuff, which is fantastic. He's got oh, here we go. Here's a video on what makes Lagrange points so special in space. Now, we are talking about James Webb Space Telescope, and it is going to a Lagrange point. We keep saying Lagrange point. And it was the astronomer, was it Louis-Philippe Lagrange, who had discovered these stable gravitational areas around the Earth, Moon, Sun orbit. Best racing game in your honest opinion is Trackmania. You can create your own tracks and design your own cars. There was a racing game. I think it was on for Super Nintendo. It was called Super Off-Road. And it seemed to have like this never-ending amount of tracks. You couldn't customize them, but it just seemed to never end. And my brother and I like spent hours playing that game and just constantly trying to upgrade and retune our vehicles to be the like the absolute best. The absolute best performance. He thought it was ZZ Top for Lagrange. Oh yeah. How. All right, I will definitely check out some more some videos from Scott Manley about the about Kerbal, and then as much fun it is diving into the game head first, I almost feel like it's it's one of those things like give me the Coles notes on the game, and then kind of talk to me as we go through. Same like when you're starting like a new board game with friends, and you have like this endless like massive amounts of instructions. Check out Curiosity Stream. Oop. This one. Oh, it's on a website for some resources and things like that. Oh, they do documentaries, and I thought they had. I thought they were more like resources and things like that. Tons of science documentaries. Ooh, and it's things that you can use, not for free, but you use it without penalty, right? Standard HD annual for $15 US a year. And you get access to all these documentaries. This almost sounds like it's like we're advertising for this year for Curiosity Stream. Use code NEWYEAR22 for 25% off all annual plans. Curiosity Stream, thousands of documentaries, all on demand for less than $15 a year. Did we just like inadvertently cut a promo? And you can even watch it on Xbox. Ooh, well, I can't. My Xbox has died. They're all going to be on a level of Sci-Fi Channel or whatever nowadays. 95% of them, aliens. Aliens. Not saying aliens, it's aliens. But I've seen we've seen a few people on Twitch that have gotten dinged for watching syndicated programming. So if it's something like this, also for $15 a year, that seems pretty good. Oh my goodness, there were times I was looking for some Astronomy, and that's why I'm not allowed on Amazon.com anymore. Watching crafting fail. Oh gosh, what's up with that? Caleb, how are you? What's going on? How are you doing? Oh my god, what's entailed with crafting fails, Muffin? What happens there? So also there is the exact reason why I can never get another subscription on Spotify either. You lose everything. What is it like? Is crafting fails that like the is that the same thing online with like baking fails and like live stream fail? The quote is honestly the only reason you want to save points, and the potato. I found some other potatoes, and I don't know how I'm going to work this one in yet. I don't know what we're going to do yet, but hello. Somehow I minimized. I love it when things just happen and I don't know what I've clicked on. I love it when hang on. What do we do? What do we do with the oh, that's new. That's a new one. Are you now doing every single one individually so it doesn't fail? Oh, crafting within Final Fantasy. I was thinking there was someone is like absolutely just totally ridiculously up a cross stitch or something like that. That's what I think. Oh, that's what I thought you were talking about. I'm thinking, is it people making quilts and like nothing goes right? The whole thing falls apart. That's what I thought they were talking about crafting fails. Oh, it still says 2021. Oh boy. Phone gets here early. Oh, what phone did you order? What phone did you get? Also, what food did you get? What was your food? Right. What do we do with this one? What do we do with this potato? What do we do with this one? Chicken and tofu pad thai. Ooh. Ooh, I like some pad thai. One of my friends went to Thailand and they had genuine pad thai and he said he can never go back. You're a stud. You're a spud. But look. Oh, boom, 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 boom. They're not my arms. They're my huge hulking pecs. Look at them. Look at them go. Uh-oh. Hello, world of confusion. How are you doing? Oh, hello. Oh, let's go raid Astro Canuck. He's full of science and wonderful things to talk about. No, here's a potato with bouncing pecs. You're in a world of confusion happily. Well, wonderful to see you again. How are things? What were you up to tonight? Welcome in, Raiders. Glad to have you guys in here. Well, as long as you're not disappointed. As long as I didn't disappoint. Reading a story. Excellent. What are you reading? All right, just going to go wee-wee. No worries. No worries. No worries. Catch you in a bit there. But can we also get a shout-out for Worlds of Confusion? I know there was a raid a while back from Worlds of Confusion. And it was as we were outside in our new place here, and it was my terrible cell phone reception. So good to see you guys popping on in again. There we go. I'm thinking, where'd my camera go? Yeah, we got snow. So. You're a stud. You're a spud. But look. Bum, 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 bum. You're a stud. You're a spud. It's ridiculous. So I got to figure out a way how to. What do we do with that potato? How do we get that one in there? Oh boy. So yes, welcome in, Raiders. My name is Tom. I am the Astro Canuck, and usually we are doing astrophotography. We actually do take pictures of outer space. You're a spud, Harry. You're a potato, Harry. No, wait, hold on. You're a potato, Harry. Yes, usually we are taking live images of outer space. However, we have all the snow. We have all the wind. We have all the clouds that have descended upon us here in southwestern Ontario. We actually have some snow squall advisories. So we are possibly getting 15 to 25 centimeters of snow overnight. Just burning through your quote points, but whatevs. No regrets, right? No regrets. Oh, you got a foot of snow yesterday. Holy potatoes, really? See, I like it when we get snow. When we get snow and we don't have to go anywhere. That's always good. I enjoy that. You got fairly dunked on yesterday, but not too bad. It's when you don't have to go, when you're not forced to shovel the snow, then it's a little more enjoyable. But yeah, when we have to bust out the tractor. Although Mrs. Canuck does enjoy driving the tractor and doing the snow plowing. So, but we'll see how things go for tomorrow. Hopefully, the snow kind of ends before our Lego stream begins tomorrow, because I'll be worried about the weather kind of interfering with the signal. Nova was out there shoveling yesterday before you streamed. He was not happy. I remember loving snow a lot more when I was a kid, when I wasn't in charge of shoveling it. So no, I can feel his disdain for the snow. Some snow, a bit of snow. We got some blowing snow. Golganek, how you doing? Welcome in. Good to see you. This is more blowing snow. It's not actually like the flurries that we're expecting, unless it is. Could be. I doubt it. It's probably just the blowing snow. Yeah, when you don't have to clear, it's great. It's perfect. Exactly. It was so much more enjoyable. And then now that you have to clean off the car, or you have to clean off your porch or your veranda or your stoop or whatever you have, even if it's like your balcony on an apartment. Still, to be honest, you're usually out helping neighbors clear out their sidewalks, because it's you're one of only a couple of people nearby that have a gas-powered snowblower. There was a few people in our old neighborhood, and we kind of almost took turns. Pretty much going like up most of the sidewalks, because yeah, there were a few people in the neighborhood who were not as well equipped for the snow. So yeah, just to be able to help clear things up. But yeah, Golganek, hello, welcome in. Good to see you in here. Exactly, and then also the worst thing. Car equals push broom. If you put like a tiny little plow on front of your car, right? Yeah, the other day we had a little bit of snow, and we discovered it's protocol to clear out at least 2 car lengths of snow away from your mailbox. Being in rural Ontario, we have the mailbox is not on the same side as our house, so I do have to cross the road, and it is like look back and forth 80,000 times because you can go 80 along. Anyway, it is. I cleared out a little path for our mail carrier, and nice and clear around our mailbox. I come back into the house, and I go to clear off the front porch, and I hear a sound coming down the road, and it's the snowplow burying everything that I just dug out across the street from our mailbox. So it's things like that. Things like that. All right, you're less salty now. You may have been a little hangry. Don't know if that'll help or hinder. If you're drinking whiskey plus snacks. Ooh, what kind of snacks you got? What do you got there? Clear an outside parked car with a push broom. That's always nice. It was just throwing. It reburied our mailbox, so it was kind of like it's gonna get warmer in the next day or two. I've heard some horror stories about people clearing out parking spots and then somebody taking it. But it's a little different than just being nice to clear off somebody's car. It has also been like 10 years since I've cleared snow and ice off of a car. You don't really forget how to do that as a Canadian or as somebody else who lives in snow-prone areas. But it's one of those things that I don't. You don't miss it either. That's the other thing. Let's see what we have. We may have some snow going on right now. Yeah, I cleared the way for the snowplow. I made it work better. You had one neighbor that asked you to save his spot with your car. Was that just to block where the snow wouldn't land? As I know, parking. Oh, so yeah, like depending on where people live, I know parking situations can be a little dire. I used to do it at work, but you got a garage at home. We have a garage here. However, the tractor takes precedence over everything at the moment, because we can easily move the cars out of the way and take them completely off the drive. But again, if it isn't going to be snowing too much, like I said, we're expecting like 15 to 25 centimeters overnight, possibly. So we'll see. You do have a driveway, and the neighbor had to park on the street. People can be very specific about how they don't want to clear off snow or keep things nice and neat. It's approximately half a rocks glass of whiskey. What type of whiskey do you have there? Do you like to try varieties, or do you have like a go-to favorite? I wasn't expecting him to ask you to help him save the spot. I guess if you don't want to be farting around with parking in the snow, still it seems a little keeping equipment safe. I mean, that's the other thing, was what we found out, that a lot of the brand of tractors have like the same key. And it's like, well, that's not very reassuring. Local distillery rye is your go-to, then added honey whiskey, actual honey, actual whiskey. Really? It's like that the scene in The Lord of the Rings where Sam's upset about the lembas bread. It's whiskey, and look, more whiskey. But why is the rum gone? All right. I'm going to attempt to remember how to power this thing up. There we go. That's one thing, is the way how the power cord goes, it doesn't lend itself well to the branding of the ASiAir. But here is a good challenge. Now the power light's on. There we go. And what phone? You forgot to respond. You're getting a OnePlus 9 Pro. That equals 10. Is the OnePlus, is that Huawei or... Oh, it's booted up. There we go. Get out. Now, I don't know what's going to happen when we plug this thing in. So usually when you're using the ASiAir Plus, it has an onboard storage for memory. You don't have to put in a USB, not a USB, so you could put in a USB, and you could put in a memory card, but it does have onboard memory. There's also a slot here for connecting to the PC. I'm going to attempt to connect to the PC and see what happens. If everything goes sideways, if it all goes Pete Tong, then I apologize. But this is also me for video's sake. No, I do that. There is a problem with this device. Uh-oh. Oh. Continue without scanning. Open folder. All right. Oh boy, this is probably making a whole bunch of things go crazy. You got them Hasselblad camera lenses. Oh, very nice. Very nice. I just recently upgraded to the S21. However, oh boy. Looking at, I used to work for a photography company, and looking at the the Hasselblad cameras, Hasselblad, however you want to pronounce it. I'm going to totally muck up the name. Like they were super expensive cameras, but a lot of people who did, some of the people, photographers who did have them, they absolutely loved them. Do I have the ASiAir Plus in station mode connected to the LAN? When I am, it's a good question. When I'm connected to the LAN, I don't know. I'm not quite sure. I have to check. It should be. I think I carried over some of the same settings I had from the original ASiAir. Lars, a bottle of sake you ordered arrived today. Ooh. I gotta say, I've never actually tried sake. I don't need the PC cable if it's set up like that. Oh, yes. I don't. The other end of the cable for this, which one side is connected into the LAN right now. The other one is, oh boy. The other one is connected, or sorry, isn't connected, but it's still, you can actually see under between the S and the C is the cable hanging over. It kind of fits in with the side of everything, just below the A, I guess AC for Acquire Pixel Sight. That's where it is. The cable's hanging down from, and it's buried and wrapped around a whole bunch of snow. So usually I would do that, but then it was also the choice of bringing in the ASiAir so I could show it to everybody, and then I would, at least we can show it. I'm also trying it out, just connecting it to the PC for the first time as well. But usually I do have it connected through the LAN, and it's just a nice, easier port from there. The DSLR isn't something you lug around. I mean, even like there have been a lot of pictures that people have got with cell phone cameras that look tremendous. I mean, I think we may be getting to the point where it's actual snowfall right now, and not and with the combination of some blowing snow. But everything is everything is frozen. Connected to the Wi-Fi LAN. See, I don't know how large. See, the other thing is how large the files are going to be. So I figured I'd also try it out this way, which we can. I have done that before as well, just using the / ASiAir in the in there. But it's also just, I've never tried it this way before. It's a new hookup that we have for this. So there is Lars's sake, which I don't even know what it tastes like. What can I expect for a taste of sake? Has the soft and deep taste of rice. All right. Interesting. Okay, hang on, let's go back to here for a quick second. No, there we go. So we do have, we do have all of our files. Same thing we would see if we're connected to through the LAN or through the Wi-Fi. Now we're doing the auto run. We have some dark images, some darks in our folders, and that was what was causing a bit of the issues before. We had, I'll bring up one of the pictures of what I was having issues with. This was a problem I was having with my images coming out of the ASiair in the live stacking mode, where there was this overwhelming arc of red. And I found out afterward it was because the darks I was using didn't match up, because it was already minus 15 degrees for the camera sensor because it was so cold out. And my darks were set to minus 10 degrees Celsius. And that's what was causing that larger overall red hue to the image, because the darks were incorrect. For those who are not familiar, darks are when you take an exposure with the camera with the lens cap on. So it is just picking up that dark current, the random noise that appears in your camera sensor, as opposed to just collecting data. So that's supposed to remove a lot of the noise, or at least a good portion of the noise, to give you an overall smoother image. But if you don't match up the temperatures correctly, which had totally escaped my mind while I was using them, you end up with with this extra bit of red that appears. And I'm thinking back to it, what kind of clicked was I remembered I had an image of the Iris Nebula, which is a reflection nebula, which has a nice, wonderful blue hue to it. And I added my darks, which the temperatures didn't match up. And overall, everything came out red. Didn't look right, didn't look proper. So I had to discard those dark images. It also gets rid of the hot and cold pixels. Sometimes on actually some of the earlier images that we have on, it was before we took the darks. Let's see, one of the, this one's a good example, where we have like this cluster of red pixels, which are kind of going in just a small little cluster of these that are moving all over the place. And there are some green as well. But when you take your darks, it'll get rid of those in your stacked image. So overall, those don't detract from this image. This was, hang on, I wish we can get closer to those pixels, excuse me. I've never figured out the zoom on this. Anyway. Oh, no. Doesn't matter if we've covered it. Always the hype for James Webb. It's fantastic that everything is completely deployed, and we're just waiting for it to reach its L2 point and start getting some science done. There's still some things we're going to be concerned about, but we'll be happy to see it get. Hopefully, everything goes all well for its insertion into the L2. All right, I'm mucking around too much with this, but yes, for taking those dark images, it gets rid of those little green and blue pictures. So again, picking that, getting rid of that was important. So let's get our lights, which was, we centered on NGC 4438. Rejoice in the 18 hexagons of long ago viewing. I mean, it's going to be very exciting to see what first light is going to be. That is going to be absolutely incredible to, I mean, we've had some, there was examples of what to expect. This is not what to expect for the, for what we can possibly start to see. No, that's not it. There was infrared, a comparison of the infrared images and visual. There we go. Oh, that's terrible. There we go. Same target, visible light, infrared light. James Webb is going to be imaging in the infrared and near infrared. So it cuts, you cut through a lot of that hydrogen alpha gas, and you can see farther. You're just basically getting the, where you're looking below the visible spectrum. So you cut out a lot of this, the extra dust and gas that's going to obscure our view from these targets. So that's, you know, when we're going to be getting images from Webb, it's not going to look exactly the same as what we would see traditionally with visible light, but you still have the same overall structure of the Horsehead Nebula. So we see what appears behind the dust. Like this section, this little part here, I find very interesting, because we see a tiny little fuzzy, little bit of fuzziness over there. But that's indivisible. But in the infrared, we can see that we have what appears to be another galaxy beyond, or possibly like the King's like a protostar. Fathead. Oh my gosh, which one is it? Also, for anybody else out there, if I have totally butchered your name, or if I've been butchering your name, please let me know. Do not think that I will not correct myself, because I will butcher almost every Twitch name possible, especially like Aaron. But Aaron Brinkerhoff, good to see you in here as well. Fathead. It's like an orange on a toothpick, isn't it? Welcome in. Thank you so much for the follow. If there were ever a telescope that tickled your fancy, so to speak, it'd be James Webb. It has captured our memeing abilities, and it has greatly captured our attention here. And I'm looking forward to seeing what is in store. So this was from the Very Large Telescope in Chile, and there is Hubble's infrared camera that was installed later on, which was able to image the Horsehead Nebula. So again, you can see we cut through the red of the hydrogen alpha, and we can actually see more targets. And there are, again, some of the faint fuzzies, which are galaxies farther beyond what we can see in the visible light, because there's a lot of the hydrogen gas obstructing them. So being able to see farther into the past with Webb it's going to be absolutely incredible. I don't know when exactly, what day we will be able to see the first light, because there is, well, everything is fully deployed. We are here at this stage, and next up is going to be the alignment of the 18 individual mirror segments. That's going to take a while, and over the next few months, it's going to take another couple of weeks for it to get into the to that L2 Lagrange point and get into its orbit. However, it's still going to take a lot of time to get all the instruments aligned and make sure that everything is as impeccably lined up as it can be so that we can start capturing these images with Webb. But I mean, there's been so much. Everything is always basically being mission critical. And there are over 300 individual points of possible failure with this telescope, and it seems that everything has gone off without a hitch. Maybe save for the solar sail, which they did delay by a few hours, I believe it was, at least, just to make sure that everything was going to go properly. How long will they be able to keep the camera cooled for infrared? Or it is the way how everything is designed. So the camera is being protected by the solar shield. So here is where all the heat is being blocked, and it is meant to be kept at least as close to absolute zero as possible. I think it's sitting at minus 200, and it'll sit at minus 268 degrees Celsius, which is approximately 7 Kelvin. So it's not too far off from absolute zero to be able to protect it from the heat, the solar radiation, and why it's in this position, why it's so far out, is that the Lagrange points are very stable areas of almost like neutral gravity fields, where you don't have the Earth isn't impacting it, the Moon isn't impacting it. It's just these natural layers of. Sorry, I was reading the 5 layers of the solar shield, but these areas that have stable gravity, which is required for keeping the telescope itself stable, and it needs to be far away enough from the Earth so there isn't any residual infrared or heat that is going to be impacting the scope, because it does have to be kept at very, very, very low temperatures, extremely low temperatures, which is why it can't be as close to Earth as Hubble is. So I think that was also another sticking point where people were wondering, like, oh, well, if something goes wrong, like with Hubble, then there's no way we can repair it. The Webb has been delayed many years. 2007 was its original launch date, or at least the projected date for it. And now 2022, we finally have it on its way for its mission. But again, in between all that time, there were every step was taken to make sure that Hubble wouldn't happen again, that everything is going to work out right. And really, until everything actually is all the mirrors are aligned over the next few months, that's what is going to tell the tale on just how successful things are going to be. You're officially starting a document of all the baloney you've been trying. All right. Well, hopefully things will work out for it. So welcome on in. Glad to have you guys in here tonight. For those who are new to the stream, I welcome you. I welcome you in here. My name is Tom. I'm the Astro Canuck, and we have our rainy day astronomy session tonight because usually we're taking live images of outer space. However, this is my weather here in southwestern Ontario. Not the greatest, not the best for astrophotography. But we are also snowing, frozen rain. All the snow. We're expecting another 15 to 25 centimeters today. Just a tiny sprinkle of snow. How long will the camera be able to be kept that cool? There's a cooling system on board that won't last forever, you're guessing. It was 5 years was the baseline for the mission. And there was initially about a 10-year lifespan for this of fuel available. But because of the efficiency of the launch, they're going to be able to extend Webb's mission longer, possibly 15, 20 years, which will be fantastic. Just the more science that can be done with this telescope, the better, because this is the successor to the Hubble Space Telescope. They'll work alongside each other a little bit while Hubble is in its ending its final years of operation, and that's why Webb was meant to be launched much earlier, so that and Hubble could do a great deal of restoration or imaging.
Inevitable.
Boop. What's going on? Faith, how are you doing? Welcome. Good to see you. Yes, the more data, the better. Or the more data, the better. Either which way you want to say it there. Ariane 5's orbital insertion was bang on. And that's why they were able to save the fuel. And it's like, yes, worth the wait for everything that has gone right with this mission thus far. Yeah, time will tell. Hopefully everything will be absolutely fantastic. Data like Star Trek Next Generation is preferred. All right. Sounds good. Doing good, grinding some credits in Elite, made it back to the bubble. Excellent. I was talking a little bit earlier about Elite Dangerous, and that I need to jump in that again. We saw there was still the 60-minute burn, but yeah, a deliberate burn that was meant to put it in its position. But there is the one last burn that we're going to be waiting for, and that is the L2 insertion. And hopefully, well, everything just basically needs to go right. I definitely want to, maybe what's next week look like? What do we have for next week? I'll have to check the schedule. I would like to add in a possible Wednesday or Thursday night Elite Dangerous stream on for next week. I'll also double check the calendar. I'll keep you guys apprised within Discord, and well, mostly more in Discord in the Elite Dangerous section if we're going to play again, and also be in more of a private mode so that we can not get our ships blown out of the sky, because that was a little annoying. So if anybody does play Elite Dangerous, if you want to jump in our Discord and let me know when you are going to be hanging out there, then we can do a bit of we can join up. Yes, I did get stream sniped, and Claire Burr, who was helping me out, they had their ship destroyed. A few million in-game credits worth of resources and ships. So that was a little annoying. Okay, so I'm going to download all the FITS files. We have about 77 light frames on Markarian's chain. Not quite sure how it's going to look, but we'll download those files and quickly stack them up in Deep Sky Stacker and just kind of see what we're dealing with. And again, using the wrong filter to capturing this chain of galaxies. However, I think it should look hopefully fairly decent if everything turns out well. Let me get them in the right folder here. And let's go make our new file. Let's get these files transferred from so we have the ASiAir Plus. I have it connected to my PC from the new PC port, new USB-C port on here, which is part of the latest version of ASiAir from ZWO. And I gotta say, it's all right. It is like much faster than using the LAN. So we had how much do we have here? Quite a bit. So we had 1.29 gigabytes and transferring it with USB. I guess the nice thing about transferring the USB is it's not that bad in terms of slowing down the internet. Last Sunday night was when we took these, when just everything was like wonderfully clear skies. So I figured, why not give it a chance? Put on something that we haven't actually built data on before. So we have Markarian's chain saved. Now, do I eject the ASiAir? Or does right-clicking... Oh, where's it? Okay, here we go. Or, no, let's eject. Safe to remove hardware. All right. The less that I can have. That was me. That was my USB out. The less I have to worry about this staying connected, the better. So we can also safely shut that down as we have all of our data from there, which is great. Now we can put it back into the right orientation. So I don't know. I mean, we'll see how well this looks. No, I don't want to. Wait, what? It was asking me to install Deep Sky Stacker. Wrong file. Excuse me. Folders. Thank you. All right, let's see. Let's see what these look like. So we'll just drag in our 77 light frames. Now I imaged this collection of galaxies in the constellation of Virgo with a narrowband filter. Imaging galaxies, you want to capture as much light as possible. You don't want to restrict the amount of light coming into your telescope. However, I want to say that because we're in a Bortle 3 area, we can see that whole chain of galaxies that vary in distances as well. But it just the way how things line up in the night sky, it's always very interesting to see how that appears. So I will. This was where's number 1? Number 1. There we go. Now, when did things go wrong? What happened? All right, 42, 43, 44. What? Oh, wow. It looks like maybe we only have... Did something happen with the dew heater? Look at this, like everything just disappears. Now, everything was still tracking. I wonder if something happened to the dew heater. Because, yeah, where did all the data go after... maybe it could have been clouds as well. Possibly so. All right. Well, let's... I guess we'll have to... let's bring this all back here. Let's see. Information. Hello, where are you? All right, so 1, 2, 3, and it looks like we lose things after... No, 41. Maybe it was clouds. Dang. I guess it may have been. We may have had some clouds roll through away where... Because, again, the last Sunday night was a bit of a... was a bit of a crapshoot. What I got in the morning, there was some... It was free of clouds, but it looks like... But it was still guiding, which was... Or maybe that might have been it. I think we may have just had the clouds roll in. So, let's see. 41, there's still a little bit, but not enough. When was the last good image with yeah, so after even image 33, looks like we may not have that much time with them. So possibly 32 right through, oh my gosh, we lose like half our data set. Well, let's see. Again, this is the things that, well, these are the gremlins that pop up when you're not expecting clouds to roll in, when the forecast looked to be clear. Let's see. Let's cancel all that. Number one, I'll use that as the as our reference frame. Stacking. Want to make sure that it's going in the correct file. ASiair images, Markarian's chain. Thank you very much. And I don't really muck about with the settings too much, because we can fix that in post. 20 stars. No, it's 853. Let's go 5%. 70. Let's go with 80 stars to align all this. An hour and a half. I don't know how well that's probably not going to be the best looking image with an hour and a half worth of data. We'll let that stack up there. We'll do a quick little check on things. Like an hour and a half isn't going to be. I was really hoping for that full 70. At least I was going for 80. We were trying to get at least try to aim for like 4.5, 5 hours on this target. And it didn't even finish imaging. So there clearly were some problems throughout the night, because when I did turn things off, everything was still on. Like I thought, we're looking up at the camera through the security cam, everything looked fine. Although the angle it was at, I couldn't see that the scope was actually still well tilted with its imaging. So we lost the clouds like very early on. So I think it was running for quite a while. But we'll do a quick process to see what we can get out of this data set. But I'm not too sure. I got a TG 365. Yes, I do. I got a Telegizmos 365 cover. And it has lasted quite a while. All right, well, let's get Photoshop up and running. As we're working toward this, making a focused effort for going beyond what Photoshop has to offer. Oh, that's fine. We can leave that on there. So let's go into our images. It didn't save in the right folder. All right. I had it's at M45. Why did it go in the Pleiades? Does anybody get that as well when you are saving in Deep Sky Stacker? You tell it to go to a certain folder and it still doesn't? Does that happen? Do I leave the scope? Do I leave your stuff out with that? I bring in the cables. I bring in this thing. I bring in my extension lead, which, yes, it is a UK extension lead. I paid £2 for this. So that way I have one UK to North American adapter, and then everything else, I didn't have to change the plugs for all my equipment coming back from the UK. This is why you use PixInsight to do all of your stacking. I would like to move over to PixInsight. So yes, the power cables and the extension lead all come in after like a night of imaging. If it's storming, if there's high winds, I do take the telescope off the mount and just leave the mount outside, so it's still polar aligned. And I am also looking to get along with the UV IR cut filter. I am looking to pick up a new mount, a new double side, a male to male, either a dovetail or a Losmandy plate to take the 72 ED off and just have no more of this 3 telescope setup. It just creates too big of a surface area, and the wind has actually tilted the scope along its right axis, or the right ascension. Yeah, it's like 230 euro, whatever that. I think it converts to about $320 Canadian, I believe, once it's all said and done. But yeah, Photoshop, like the Adobe Creative Cloud, we do have a discount on that, which is all right. But it works out well for what Mrs. Canuck and I do for our other creative side projects, as well as our Etsy page, and just the whole Patterns and Pixels Canada that we've been building up for a little while now. Yeah, it is. I've been a graphic designer for ages. And I did have the student discount when I was in university. Eventually they caught on that I was no longer in university, so that price went back way up. So I did have to cancel it, and we got around it by other means to be able to get the cheaper student teacher rate. But let's see what we can pull out of here within Photoshop. Right off the bat, at least we have pinpoint stars, so I like that. I think I left on did I leave on the 2x drizzle? I have to go back and check the settings. I probably did. Let's see what information we can pull out of here. No, we don't need to do that yet. Probably we don't really do much when it's in 32-bit. Last time I tried doing the gradient exterminator too early, and it just didn't look right. So we'll just move it over into the 16 bits. Exposure and gamma, because that leaves you with the exact same looking image as you had before, because it always defaults to local adaptation. Sometimes you can start to see some detail out of there, but it doesn't provide you with like the same base image that you're working with. So now that we've moved it into the 16-bit, more of these options come up, which don't always come into play. However, using things like vibrance and color balance and hue saturation, you can adjust any of the issues for color gradients that come in here. Now we will crop things in a little bit because it is a wide field of view, but there is still some dithering, which would move the image a little bit and create some. Whoops. Yeah, so you can see there's a little bit of the broken line with in the histogram. So there's still probably a couple of regions in here that have they're left over from the stack. So again, we can still bring that in a bit. And by no means is this going to be a completely comprehensive process on this, but it's kind of the rough process that I want to do just to see what detail we have. We see as soon as it starts going flat, you're clipping a lot of data. You want to have a nice as nice of a curve on here as possible without clipping the lighter amounts of data. And overall, it's not looking too bad. And because we're shooting for galaxies, there are a much larger area. There's a much larger area for picking out the kind of the neutral tones out of here, so we can actually do a hopefully a decent. Excuse me. Why is this not working? Layer. There we go. We can pick our gray point. Hopefully everything. Now I can still see a little bit of a. Yeah, maybe it's not too bad for a little bit of a teal look around the brighter galaxies. It's also kind of tough when I'm imaging some faint galaxies in here. That doesn't look too bad. We'll stars look all right. But this is only an hour and a half. Galaxies are large, but they're very far away. So the light, it takes a while to process the light coming from the galaxies. So some actions that we can run on here would be, we want to enhance DSO and reduce stars. So we'll run that one. Sometimes that can take a while, sometimes it can be fairly quick, but I just want to see what kind of detail. Obviously, I didn't get enough time on this target to make it a meaningful, detailed image, but I've also never had the opportunity to image Markarian's chain in such length. All right, so what we can start to do. Now I see this is still misaligned. Why am I getting this dual band here? What's up with that? What is... No, cancel. Where's this other bit of information coming from? All right, we want to delete the cropped pixels. Let's just bring it in a little bit more here. We're not going to be getting rid of the galaxies. Let's do. There we go. That's a little better. I don't know what was causing that. But see, also everything in here, there's nothing. There's no data to be clipped. So we're not getting rid of anything. We're not hiding any information. It's if you hold the Alt or the Option key on a Mac, you can start to see. And actually, there we can see on the upper right, or sorry, the upper left, bit of a gradient. But then there's all the potential data we could be clipping if we go too far. So we just want to move it just a little before that, and then we can start pulling out some more detail. There we go. That's looking better. I think I may have to do we'll fix the gray point again, because that looks a little yellow actually. But again, that's starting to look a lot better already now that we got that sorted out. But we can see that line of galaxy that's Markarian's chain. And again, there are a great deal of galaxies in this area within the Virgo cluster, because there is the Virgo supercluster of galaxies, the whole larger conglomeration of galaxies that we're a part of. that are basically going to be the last remaining galaxies that are going to be seen billions and billions of years from now, as the fabric of space is going to carry objects farther and farther away. Eventually that light will no longer be able to reach us because the fabric of space will carry them faster than the speed of light, and we will no longer be able to see those galaxies. And you also got to wonder what has been pulled away from us before we were able to observe. What has traveled farther away from our line of sight? Have you told you that someone you know, or someone who's a distant relative to the person who discovered Markarian's chain? No. I will say, tell me, and if you say you know someone who is a distant relative to the... That's cool. He's got a telescope shop by the same name. Why not, right? Is it a chain of telescope shops yet? That's pretty cool. That's very interesting. Again, the connections. So we need to get in contact with them. I would love to run a telescope shop. I have no idea what for the business side of things, but well, that's why you hire a business manager, right? We'll upload this to the share drive. You give it a go on Pixton site too. Yes. You were going to connect me with them. Yeah, by all means, please. Let's drop this into... So it's an hour and a half worth of data. And where is my... Where's the drive? Hello, drive. Stacked files. Open, please. Thank you. All right, let's drop this in there. All right, we'll see if this starts. This might muck up the upload here. Ooh. Oh, that's going to take a while. You would offer, but currently still in Mount Hell. Well, there is the for those who are subscribed to the channel. Still, right now we have in the subscribers section of the Discord. I don't have the Discord access to the share drive though. For some reason, the Discord roles didn't sync. Oh, hang on. When the upload is finished, maybe I'll send you I can send you a DM. No further breakthroughs yet, eh? All right, so that's uploading. So far, it's not interfering with the stream. So yeah, we'll check on that in a bit. Installed a program to interface with the serial ports on the Astroberry. A bunch of crickets when you ping them out. Ruh-roh. Ruh-roh. Do I have a cricket sound on here? No, that's not it. Wait, I do. I do have crickets. No, that wasn't it. Uh-oh. There we go. Hang on. I knew I had that. Alternatively, go into server settings, integration, Twitch, sync. Where is the Discord? Going to server settings. Where is server settings? For some reason, Discord and Twitch sync has been broken for several servers for a while now. All right, where is the... Bum, 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 bum. Dun, 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 dun. Clicking on the very top of Astro Canucks Observatory. There we go. Server settings. Integrations. Twitch. The option to sync is not there. Sync connection revoked. Astro Canuck must reconnect to Twitch in their user settings. Okay, hang on. So I have to go to my user settings. Connections. Twitch. Authorize. Connecting Twitch to Discord. Looks good. Sub-enabled enabled servers. All right. And okay. All right. Let's go back into those settings. Integrations. Twitch. Sync. There we go. You think everyone's broke when the whole leaks went out and then everyone panics and reset passwords, screwed everything up. That's true. All right, there we go. Okay. Wow. All right, give it a go. Fabulous. Fabulous. Excellent. Well, excellent. Caleb, thank you for that. Thank you. Oh, there go all that. What's happening here? Is there more people? There we go. All right. Well, now we get that sorted out. Now that we have that sorted out, it is... The file is... Where is it at this point? 2 minutes left on that in the Astro Canuck stacked files. It hasn't been named yet. It'll still be as autosave 0001 or 001. Okay, we got 2 minutes left on that stack, but let's see what we can do here. But I'm imagining with PixInsight, you're probably going to have like 5 minutes and everything's going to look absolutely tremendous. Let's see if we can pick something that looks a little less yellow. That looks a little better. So we didn't get a great deal of resolution, of detail on these galaxies. Actually, we got some nice amount of the dust lanes in there. But again, see, there's still more. With more time, these fainter galaxies would start to be a little more prevalent in the image. Again, basically anything that isn't a single point of light is a galaxy in this image. So we have some barred spiral galaxies. We have some elliptical galaxies in here. It is tremendous. It's just there's a wealth of galaxies in this whole area of the night sky, and other areas like Virgo is just rich with galaxies. So there's basically nowhere that you're going to be pointing that won't be chock full of some interesting objects to look at. But again, the whole structure of Markarian's chain. I'm getting a lot of pings in Discord. Is this because I've synced everything again? Are things going crazy at the moment? All right, let me see if I can mute Discord, because it should be muted. Where's that going? But otherwise, all right. I'm not going to leave. I'm just going to stand up and stretch, because I should, and it's great, and it's stretchy, and it's wonderful. And all right. I was going to mute Discord, because it was going off an awful lot here. Oh, it's because I joined a bunch of different servers. Bam, let's mute that for a moment. But yes, what we're doing tonight, we're doing a little bit of image processing. Hype about the James Webb Space Telescope being completely and fully deployed, awaiting its entry into its L2 Lagrange point, where we'll start doing its science in about 5 months' time. And then we will start getting some interesting views, some outstandingly interesting views of the universe. But I'm also just going to stand up for a moment and knock some stuff over. How do you like my NASA shirt? I need to find another NASA shirt. I also need to get another Astro Canuck shirt sorted out. Oh. Stretch it out if you got it. And we will return to some science. Well, wonderful to have you guys here on a Saturday evening for our rainy day astronomy, or I guess in this case, our snowy evening astronomy, or all the clouds in the world that have descended upon me in southwestern Ontario. But we are doing a little bit of this image processing on Markarian's chain, where it is in the night sky. Let's show you here in Stellarium. Adrian RG, Trouble16, how you doing? Welcome into the observatory. Thank you so much for the follow. How you doing today? I haven't. Hang on a second. Hang on. Cheers, Dylan. All right, let me get that sorted out for a second here. Also, okay, two things. Let me sort out the name for the file in the Google folder, and then let me also change that to Astro Canuck 2022, because I didn't say. Well, I may have said that in the past, but we're trying to quote me in the moment here, right? That's what we want to do. All right, rename. And that's with the ASI 533 MC. There we go. Okay, that's changed to Astro Canuck Markarian's chain. And that's in the folder there. Right. Also, the next thing we have to do. Next thing I need to do is to change the date on the quote. Quote, where'd you go? Quote. It's a bit of a, just like that. It's like a smooth bossa nova. And for the amount of times that we've probably been having that on there, I'll probably get dinged. I've gotten like copyright claims for a few things on YouTube, and it was for this music that I have credited. And I've done all my due diligence on making sure that bensound.com does get the credit for this music, because I haven't purchased the license. At least you have to say that you're using it. And I go and find out and look for who has made these copyright claims, and they've nicked the music and tried to change it up and make it their own. It's like, people do that, don't they? They do that. You forgot how much you hated dealing with one-shot color data. I mean, I've gotten used to it. I don't know how things will go moving to monochrome. I mean, once that 533 is released, the absolutely positively unconfirmed ASI 533 once you got mono, that's it. I mean, I'll use we'll still highlight with the one-shot color camera. Join the QHY gang. I was very close. I was very close to be QHY gang, and but right now it's the ASiAir, and obviously plans. I was just going to say for the permanent studio observatory is Nina is getting that sorted out. Also, I am still not done singing the praises of the ASiAir. And by no means have I ever been sponsored by ZWO. It is just the convenience that's happened with these two devices. Hey, look, we can keep them side by side for the moment. For the ASiAir, the original and the Plus, the big thing was just to bring my laptop inside because I was leaving it outside. And it was a decent laptop, and I was getting worried, more for the fact of the tree that I had it under. There was like berries and pollen falling off and landing on the laptop, and I was cleaning the screen way too often. So it was good to be able to. It also gave me an excuse to buy a new tablet as well. So that was the other bonus thing, because I love buying new tech. I love getting new tech. Everything works out so well. And if it's something that it's a relatively low cost option to making a portable setup, or at least being able to keep yourself indoors. And if you don't like the cold, or if it's like too hot, either way, you want to be able to make imaging the night sky as enjoyable as possible. I mean, when it's snowing, there's not much more that we can do about that. Although a fresh snow will hide previous tracks from deer and coyotes. So at least then we can see when there's some new visitors. I'm also aiming to get to look into some wildlife cameras because of the increased activity that we've been seeing lately. I think it's good just to have like Astro Canucks wildlife camera section on YouTube or something like that. Just to have, I don't know how to get like a live view set up. If I need more cabling, or like if I need to extend our wireless network outside somehow, so we can share seeing some coyotes rock up and eat the apples, or we had 5 deer in the backyard this morning, which was like super exciting. So if we can highlight more of that. You have considered getting the Pegasus PowerBox Advance, but at the same time, a mini PC is all you really need. What does the PowerBox Advance do? Like I said, I have the Pegasus Dewmaster, which works out great, but I'm not totally up to speed with everything. Blocksmith, how you doing? Welcome in. Good to see you. Did we get any bears up there? We have not seen any bears. However, the previous owners, there's been one bear sighting in this area, and the bear went for one of the beehives and just broke into that, took some of the honey, and then left. Cable for reliability and security cameras connected to a mini PC. It is, well, there's going to have to be some changes to like our infrastructure, but I would like to be able to have like a nice connection. I don't know if the Wi-Fi would reach that far. Like our outdoor camera right now, it's not too far away from me at the moment. It is still Wi-Fi enabled, but I would like to be able to try to get something that we can connect to. Or maybe even get like another Wi-Fi repeater sticking out the house. We'll see. But I'd like to be able to share more of the backyard with everybody, more than just the one, little camera that we have right now that I got from back in the UK. There is the Wise camera, the Wise V3 that I've seen in use, especially from AstroJav, who was showing his sky last night, and that was beautiful. But yeah, Blocksmith Forge. How is everything else? How is what's your latest Lego build you're working on? what's got your attention at the moment. Tomorrow morning we will be continuing our build of the Hubble. Well, we finished Hubble. Now we're going to start working on the space shuttle tomorrow. After having last Sunday morning off, it'd be good to get back into the swing of things with some Lego building, and it'll be interesting to see how big this space shuttle is going to be. It basically we'll have the overall shape set out tomorrow. It is 5 bags for this one section, and 13 bags overall for the whole space shuttle. So I'm expecting there to still be possibly 4 more streams until we are finished the construction of the space shuttle. So that would be like 5 whole streams dedicated to this one big build. This is one of the biggest builds that we would have had thus far. So I'm super excited for that one, to continue that one tomorrow morning. Starting basically about 12 hours from now is when we're going to be continuing our build of the NASA space. I can say it. I swear I can say it. The NASA Space Shuttle Discovery. 4-4. Oh, who leaves playing? Pops, who are they up against? I'm a little. I'm wondering if it's because I'm running OBS cam that I couldn't get my little mug to connect. Don't know. Prophet, what's going on? How are you, sir? Good to see you. How are things? Third Rock, you love the new master. I think it was one of those investments. I think it was early on in the streams, and we basically all the Twitch money had went toward the Dew Master, and I think that was like one of the most sound investments we've had for everything, because that has helped us out immensely for keeping the lenses nice and clear, especially when we have high moisture levels in the UK. I mean, the national flower of the United Kingdom is mildew. How does the sky look today? We got some snow. We have a potential of 15 to 25 centimeters coming in overnight. So we'll keep an eye on that. So maybe we'll have a nice fresh blanket of snow for tomorrow's stream. Can we also please get a couple of shout outs for Blocksmith Forge and Prophet DNA, a couple of wonderful Lego streamers here on Twitch, a fantastic community of builders here, and I participate once a week in the fun, and it's always good to check them out. The ultimate power box is hang on, let's advertise this thing, shall we? The Ultimate Power Box is a USB 3.1 hub 12-volt power source for all your gear, cameras, autofocuser, and dew heater with some disconnect protection built in. Nothing like the ASiAir, but it does have its own interface, and you can control all other Pegasus gear from software, focusers, rotators, dew heaters, and panels, etc. Check out the Pegasus Ultimate Power Box. No worries. No, always great to check out more people on Twitch. Uh-oh. Kajad. Let's hear it. How there have been some mount connection issues with Kajad's scope and Astroberry device. Let's hear it. Blocksmith, thanks for asking. No worries. You finished the pop-up party bus, and you're going to review that on stream along with something funny and different, but still Lego. Cool. Very cool. What has been, or at least what are you looking forward to for the next build in 2021? Oh my God. We're in 2022. What is happening in 2019 Mark III? It just happened. You just happened across a thread on the indie forums where someone suggested that there were problems connecting directly to the Astroberry USBs themselves. Ruh-roh. So is this just and someone just flippantly was like, why don't you just try connecting the mount to the ZWO ASI camera USB hub? Like where you connect the guide scope to. I don't have a camera with me at the moment. And it worked! It worked! Oh my god, awesome! Excellent! You have full mount info, connection data to K-stars. Lovely! Excellent. Oh, wow. Okay, that's enough of that. Tardigrade 2, what's going on? How are you? How are you doing tonight? That was one of the many, many utterances that came from you today. Roughly translate to equipment. I get it. So there are, on this camera that Kajat is talking about, there are some extra USB plugs you can daisy chain your connections to, much like how the ASiAir Plus has 4 USB ports. There are similar USB ports on the back of the camera, which you can plug your guide scope into, which reduces the amount of cables dangling about. So your solution was to use the USB port on the back of the camera. That's tremendous. Holy bleeps, Batman. I've been there before. You want to throw the optical tube. It's just huck it out the window and think, why didn't I start collecting stamps or something? But again, then it's the victories that happen from this. So now, even if this pops up, and Kajat, if you're maybe not even in here at the time, then this is more information that we can pass on to others if they're having problems with their Astroberry and their mounts. Just route it through the ASiAir camera. You feel like the next build will be the ice cream truck police chase, but still not sure. Very cool. There are some Star Wars sets I'm interested in for this year. As far as space-based Lego sets, right now there are 2 that are coming out in March that are Lego City, and then there's one wild one, like far out of left field we figured we'd be building, but it's still space-based. And if all things work out, then we'll possibly let you guys know what things are in the future. The ASiAir is the same as the Astroberry would be. By the way, when you switch your desk view, your mic is a little louder. Really? To here or here? This one. Really? Huh. Like how much louder? Because everything is still the same. Has anything changed on here? Noticeably. Does it happen on this one? Or is it just when only on this view? So this one, what's happening on here? Is that microphone on? You can't literally hear the mouse clicks, so I think you've lost a filter. So it's still the... Do I have a second... Is there a second microphone on here? Wait, hang on a second. No, hang on. No. This is I appreciate the troubleshooting. Okay, this one, shoulder camera, webcam. Okay, so this one. How about this? Now I'm on this one. Now I'm zoomed in on here, and I'm moving back over to this one, and now we're over here. Does everything sound the same? Let me know if we are getting the exact. Does it sound even better now? Sounds fine. No sound change. We're on here. Any sound change? Do I get any louder? I'm not changing my voice. I'm keeping it as monotone as possible. Caffeine Daydream, how you doing today? It is even if the stream we're not fixing it. Yeah, it's not even a stream if we're not fixing things halfway through, but we're just trying to see how the sound goes and how long can I keep chatting inanely about things, just making sure that we have the exact same sound clear across the board with all these different scenes, making sure that we have everything working out right. Now I'm just going to keep talking about whatever we can say to keep on going with all these different views and see what else we can find out. Here's another folder. Here's my face up close, and now we're back to the overhead view, and it seems. And that's how I broke the men's room at Chili's. And now we're going a little crazy. Caffeine Daydream. Caffeine, how you doing, sir? Good to see you in here tonight. Glad to have you in with us. Can we also get a shout out for Caffeine Daydream, a fantastic streamer as well. Recently smashing his goal of 1,000 followers on the Twitch platform. A well-deserving fellow for a grander audience. It's always good to see you. It makes sound a bit like an auctioneer. Everybody going to go 25. Everybody go to 25 subs right here. 25. 25. Everybody go 25 subs. 20. 20. Everybody want to give 20 subs. Everybody go 20 subs. Everybody go 25. Everybody want to 20 25 subs. Everybody going to do 20. Everybody go down to 15 subs. Anybody going to be at 15 subs? Anybody going to do 15 subs? Going to go to 15 subs? Anybody want to 15 once? 15 subs going twice. 15 subs gone. Sorry very much. No sale today, but thank you all very much for playing tonight. I got to work on that. I did actually run an auction once, and it sounded a little better before. There's like no footage of it. But no, there you go. Go check out Caffeine Daydream. Go check out a lot of other wonderful people who do pop in on the stream here. It's always great to have you guys spending time with us. And yeah, we are a full week now into 2022. Hopefully, y'all have 6 days left. 6 days left to wish everybody a happy New Year who you haven't seen in a while. Afterwards, you just have to wait until 2023 to wish someone a happy New Year. What is the purpose of talking fast when doing that? It is just meant to be able to create this hypnotizing cadence to lure you in. The cam looking a little less crisp. It might be. Do I have is the autofocus on? Can't remember what I did here. You changed your source to quality. I don't know. Sometimes everything looks. I don't know. Is this on manual or autofocus? I can't remember. No. Really? I thought I had changed it. Do I look better? Do I look better closer here? Maybe it's the lights. Maybe the lights aren't bright enough. Oh, it leaves lost in overtime. Well, you know, at least Austin Matthews scored for me. Happy with that. That's no moon. It's some weirdo. What are you angling for, Blocksmith? I appreciate it. I feel like the Canon camera doesn't want to play that well with Snap camera and everything else. Astro looking like $1 million. Please don't say old and wrinkled. He's just old, right? Oh, right? I have been looking into some other cameras at the moment, and maybe even taking this camera out of its semi-retirement and putting it back outside on a star tracker, perhaps, to do some wide field views. Because I don't really need at the moment a light pollution filter, so to throw this one back on there, perhaps we'll see. The ghost pepper brought a youthful glow. That's just called the sweats from the hot peppers. And also because it is always warm in the room. If I could open the window here for the for some cool air coming in. I figured you say something about the cam because you thought it's looked a little better before, but you're on laptops, you wanted to make sure it wasn't you. Hence why you changed your quality to auto and then went back to source check. I feel like it's played up back and forth. I think it's also because I'm running through Snap camera and it doesn't go any better than 1080 30. And even then, I don't think this camera is really a 1080p camera. I have, like, if I were to switch over to this camera, over to this one, well, hello. This is a little more crisp, isn't it? This looks a little better, doesn't it? Oh, it's that pimple I was trying to hide. Nothing matches. Like, I've not done any color correction on this. Phone cam does seem inherently better.
Holy potatoes.
Ooh. Oh, it's me, but not me. Oh boy. Oh wow. Yeah, I am not this super pale. Look, coffee. Exactly. It's a tiny sensor on there. Although I wouldn't be able to get the depth of field that I have. And even now, it's still not as sharp on here. But I did run one stream before with my camera a while back, and everybody's like, wow, it looks awesome, it looks great. And it's like, oh, well, I'm just using my camera. I've thought about it. I have a couple extra mobile phones. I have a couple extra phones that I might use, but I've also had the problem with with OBS cam not recognizing the camera sometimes. We saw the great and powerful Oz. Yes, you see the big blank wall that's over there. Just thinking about the many hours that you've spent on that. But again, it's the learning curve that comes with this baloney of astrophotography. It's everything that comes along with that. But I was thinking about the camera I'm using right now. This one, this bad boy, is the Canon EOS Rebel T5i. And it's not really truly a 1080p camera either. So I'm kind of forcing things on here. So it is, again, it was a free to me camera. So I'm not going to complain too much about things. Pardon me. Have I considered modding it? I did consider modding it actually just before I started streaming. I'm thinking I'm not using this camera for much else. And yeah, it was like maybe 2-3 weeks away from being modded, and then I started using it for my main camera for streaming, and then it hasn't been modded yet. If I do take it down and pick another camera to use, then I will seriously consider modding this one. Considering the same for your 7DD that got relegated. I mean, it's well, you still need to get a UV IR cut filter on there, right? But or no, you're modding it, so you're making it more sensitive to HA. But yeah, to be able to switch out one of these cameras even for my main camera, because I don't use these. This one is still my main. It's like my S21, which I wouldn't regularly use it as a web camera. Canon, it's HDMI. It's connected to the CamLink Pro, so even that, it's like the CamLink is being underutilized because it's a 720p essentially. So, just trying to work with what I had and thinking ahead of what we were going to be using. But I mean, for the most part, it's not always just this mug we're looking at. We want to be able to check out the stars. We want to see what a conglomeration of galaxies looks like. And so far, it's not looking that bad. I don't know. I'd be interested to see how Caleb. How have you been processing this at all, or you kind of saving for a little later? You need to go find someone who you found on the NDI forums having the same problem like 4 days ago, and be like, I can help. Yes, be the savior. Get an 8K. I imagine trying to run 8K with my 50 down, 10 up. My goodness. It would be like the jankiest, slowest stream ever. Somebody, Kajad, somebody is going to have that issue. And you're going to swoop in like a massive superhero and be able to... Yeah, this isn't a... It's a specific issue, and somebody else, it's going to happen to someone else. I don't want to say guaranteed, but like, there's a fair chance. It was like 4 days ago you posted, and that's how you found, someone else has the exact same issue as you are. Well, like 4 days from now, you'll be able to save someone's bacon. And help them enjoy things just a little better. Oh, hello, Nova. How are you? How is your snow? How is your snow days? How is your snow shoveling experience? Yep, not that one. 4 days, count it down. Kajad is going to be an absolute hero. Calf, I like that pog slide. Your back hurts. No. Well, I mean, here. Does that make you guys feel any better with my snow at the moment? Does that give you some more anxiety or less? And that's why it doesn't snow here anymore. You kept that one in the back burner. I appreciate that one, Dylan. Hopefully you're going to be able to find that person's post right now and update them. So maybe like 4 hours, look at the notification in a timely fashion. Perfect. Kept a few things in the back burner from the pepper. That's it. There isn't even a Chili's in Canada. It's like I had to somehow cross a border to ruin that men's room. All right, so in this image, there's many points of light. Again, what I've said before, our little sphere, our little pinpoint dots of light are stars, but everything else that's a faint little fuzzy, something like this, are more galaxies in here. But there was no border crosses, nothing. It is. I'm trying to think. When is the last time I've been to the States? Oh goodness, it has been. I think the last time I went to the U.S. was to a Detroit Lions football game, and it was. I want to say it was like the Thanksgiving game. I don't remember who they played. Probably the Cowboys. I don't know. Some other garbage team that beat the snot out of the Lions. But that's quite a long time. It's been almost a decade since I've been to the States. To be honest, if you're coming over here to destroy our bathrooms, is probably a valid contribution because we have met very many good friends in the United States, and I think we all like to on our hometowns. But it's it is the playful nature of everybody. I do miss the times of being able to just kind of freely cross the border and have no real issues. Hopefully things can turn around in a more positive sense. Sorry, I was distracted by this little. I thought I was going to hit a button for some reason. I'm thinking no, don't hit it. But it's just where you stick your DSLR controller in there. I'm thinking no, let's not hit buttons. Let's not do that. I want to try to bring out. Again, this is the kind of the route that editing the video, the images go. We'll get like, how many steps are we in? We're not very far. And things sometimes get wonderfully derailed. Now I also want to keep some of these stars in check, so we want to make stars smaller. Run that a couple of times on here. Come on, we're all thinking it. No. Oh, well, why is this not available? What's happening here? Continue. Stop, what's happened? No, close that. No, let's go. Curves, levels, that was weird. Next time, okay. Yes, all right, Blocksmith. I'll remember that. Yeah, which Batman? Is it Christian Bale's Batman, or is it an Affleck, or is it Adam West, who didn't change his voice or cadence at all? Which Batman did he sound like? Isn't Michael Keaton reprising the role of Batman in a TV series? Or what event is this for? I thought I read something that he was coming back to be Batman again. Also, what's happened to Morbius? Is anybody? I've kept off of any Marvel news for so long, trying to avoid anything for Spider-Man. I think I've quickly scrolled through some possible spoilers, but just trying to avoid, because I know if I start searching for something about Morbius, then something about Spider-Man might pop up, and I don't want to don't want to catch any spoilers there. Yes, I did hear something about that Michael Keaton was going to be. I want to say Batgirl or not Supergirl, but I feel like it was like another DC TV show. I have not watched new Spider-Man either. My brother has seen it, and he is itching to talk to me about it. And it's difficult now to stay away from like potential spoilers because, like years ago, I had one of my friends at university. They got they had a bit of a spoiler for The Force Awakens in a video that had nothing to do with Star Wars on YouTube. So that was like so disappointing of people to do that. So even staying off of YouTube to try to avoid any spoilers. But at the same time, you know, we spend a lot of our time on YouTube researching things or falling down a rabbit hole of ridiculous cat videos. You do the impression. All right. Oh, for Pete's sake, what's happened here? Why didn't increase star color work? We got it selected, right? Let's try this again. Warning. Okay, what's going on here? That's the make stars smaller? No. Feels like sometimes this isn't working out right. I don't get it. Sometimes equipment wants to, well, you get the gremlins, and here's a example of where Photoshop doesn't want to work out. But let's see what other, how much more detail can we pull out of here? Let's go back to this point. And now that the stars shrunk a little bit. But again, as soon as we start stretching this image a little more, again, there's still the histogram, this area of information is still fairly thin. As soon as it starts getting too wide, we're going to be blowing out a lot of the details. Sorry, not blowing out the details. We're going to be amplifying a lot of the noise and things we don't want in here, and information we don't want to be seeing. But I think this is probably going to be like we can start to see more of the details of the galaxies around here. It's starting to resolve a few of the dimmer background galaxies that are hundreds of millions of light years beyond. You get about an average of about maybe 80 million light years away from most of these galaxies that are in Markarian's chain. But see, this is where we're talking about the clipping. You can see how the nucleus of the galaxies are getting brighter and more, essentially more blown out. We don't want to have that. We want to keep it as nice of an even curve as possible. But again, at this point, yes, we're bringing out the details, but here's where the noise starts to come in. And pretty much this is about as far as things are going to be able to go at this point. I can take it into denoise and start to fix up some of the details. Actually, I could probably try and run a little bit of let's see. Nah. I really what I wanted to do just right now, because this is only an hour and a half worth of images. However, we have, look at this other larger collection of galaxies away from our main target. We have a nice little double barred spiral galaxy in here. Now we can also start to get some of the information from Stellarium to get details of how far away these galaxies are. But I think within Markarian's chain, this section here, known as the eyes, is pretty cool, because you can see I want to say that these two galaxies are interacting at the moment, judging by the way how you get this spread of the star, the dust in the star field between these two galaxies, that they are interacting. There are a few galaxies that we want to be able to image in the coming weeks that are very interesting looking interacting galaxies, where you can see that they have already started that rotation around each other, and they're blasting out the interstellar matter, larger groups of stars away from the galaxy at the moment, to eventually, billions of years from now, coalesce into one single galaxy. But until then, everything is kind of, to our eyes, frozen in time with all these galaxies. However, with a lot of the recent missions, with the Gaia telescope that has gone up, able to discern the proper motions of the stars in the Milky Way, and which can start to give us a better understanding of what is actually going on in our own galaxy. And again, with some further surveys done by the James Webb Space Telescope, which is now fully open and ready for well, not ready for service. It is ready to continue its journey to its Lagrange point, which is going to be its home for the next 10, 20 years for servicing some missions for us and bringing us some beautiful images of outer space. Now let's see if we can get a little bit of, clean this up a tiny bit. Actually, let's do this. Copy this layer and open it up in Indeed. Actually, no. I want to try to get rid of this this gradient here for a second. So we want to. So I never remember where the where all these tools are. It's like I need to have a better, like a coloring system on here. Can I color these? Increase star color. No, right click. Oh, there we go. I can. Yes? No? What? No. Huh. Alright. Fine. Doesn't want to show the color. I was hoping I could have had these colors so I could at least, at a glance, why haven't it? This will probably be the same issue that would come up going into PixInsight. Or maybe can I move these around? I can move these around. Okay, next mission for me is to move all of these tools around to kind of match my workflow. Maybe in a sense of getting prepared for PixInsight, right? Because eventually we pretty much hell or high water, we're going to add PixInsight to the overall system here, and being able to make the software that we're using work for us, work with us, rather than fighting against Photoshop. But yeah, color blotch reduction, horizontal deep space noise reduction, light and only DSO, star diffractions. No, we don't want to add diffraction spikes. Light pollution. It's not so much as light pollution we have, but there are some clouds rolling through, which is causing a little bit of this gradient through here. Sending some stuff from PixInsight to make it more user friendly. Excellent. General chat for your screen of Pix. All right. Let's do. Let's run this for a second here. See how this works. Wait. What? Okay. Okay. I don't know. Is that much better? That versus that? No. It's still. Hang on. Curves. No, we want to go. No. What was the last? All right, let's just leave it at that. Turn that off. Get rid of that. What? No, that's. There you go. Delete that. Let's try this again. Light pollution. Ooh, we'll see how that goes. Just click it. Really? I had to fiddle around with these settings? That feels weird. All right. Well, let's. Well, that's no good. Away you go. Oh. And over. Ooh, it's snowing more. There's more snow. We have more snow at the moment. Oh, holy potatoes. There's a lot. There's a lot that's been going on. Oh, that Caleb, that is, yeah, that's looking much better than what I'm working with at the moment. Yours, you have a much better even tone across the board. See, again, the wonders of PixInsight, like designed for editing astro images. Oh, right, that was the game that Lars was talking about, where it basically it's kind of run by a narrator. That was cool. Dynamic background extraction for the win, baby. Exactly right. Now let's see if we can do one thing on here. Let's save that again. I don't know how well this is, like a very quick. Just go for the overall tone of this. As long as nothing crashes, that's good. Subtract and kind of I don't know, let's see how. Yeah, it's not too bad. Take it down to 41%, and I will say that is that'll be about it on that. Let's see if we can pull it one last. See how wide this is getting now. I think that's that'll be about it. One more curves adjustment, and which brings us all right back. Which brings us all. Yeah. Again, say without the magic of dynamic background extraction, much like what Caleb has available within PixInsight, it can be, unless you're taking like the proper darks and flats. This is only an hour and a half worth of data. There's only so much that we can do with it here. Even if I was doing some per channel processing, it wouldn't be it wouldn't work out that well. But let's go back to layer visibility, blending, change, Gaussian blur, layer via copy. Let's just say that was that. That's what we have here. If I take it into, if we run denoise AI, I don't know how much we're going to be able to clean up out of this, but we'll have a look here. No, definitely don't want to download it right now. All right, that's a little better. That's a little better with denoise. It's even actually kind of keeping the stars in check too. What I'm concerned about is some of the more distant galaxies in here that'll probably get erased by the algorithm. But I'm going to take that. I'm going to say, yeah, we'll put this back into Photoshop and kind of combine these two layers. So here is the image with denoise AI run on there, and there it is without. Should probably got to get in a little closer. Without and with. Without and with. It does look a little blotchy, but again, that is also the fact that we have just an hour and a half worth of data, so not even that much available of our signal to compensate for all of this, the noise that occurs, even though we were at sub-zero temperatures to image this. But I think no. See, again, it's getting rid of this color, this blotchiness out of here. Even if we, sometimes I'll back this off a little bit. No, but even well, it might work a little better here. Sometimes, again, playing with the blending layers, we can come up with something that is like this happy medium to work things out here. Now it should be you run subtract, and that kind of leaves like this overall even tone. But again, it's at the risk of losing detail. However, overall, for an hour and a half worth of imaging galaxies with a narrowband filter, I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing what Caleb, what you're going to get for your final image. But it is. I'm going to do one more thing here. Do one more filter, and. Sorry, I'm going to use the lasso tool. You're fudging it hard, eh? All right, this is really the area that we want to look after. Gradient exterminator, medium. That helped I would say it helped more than we've had in the past. So we could probably do one last run on here. Levels. Do our levels, and actually it's not. Ooh, maybe. Can we get away? We get away with it sometimes. Now I can see a little bit of vignetting in the corner, but that is expected here. But I'm going to say with an hour and a half worth of data, I think this is probably going to be about as best as we can get. Let's see if we can actually get the stars. We can increase the star color. There we go. Run that one a couple of times. We'll run the make stars smaller. And yeah, I'm going to say that this image is probably going to have to be called complete, in the sense that there just isn't enough data for me to spend even more time. Because also what I would usually go through is is going through some of the other individual channels and picking out some of the lesser of the noise, some of the lesser noise in there. But we will, and even then, let's. Oh, can I get a? I'm not going to do any other levels on there, but fix the color a bit. That's a little better. That's a little better. It won't update the thread for some reason, so you pinged a mod. Well, hopefully that message will get out there, and more people can benefit from your harrowing experience with Astroberry in your mount. But I would say overall, for an hour and a half in Bortle 3 skies with a filter that isn't properly designed for imaging galaxies, or at least getting some of these fainter details out here, I'm pretty happy with overall how this has turned out. If I'm basing it on just what is an hour and a half worth of data, when I had to throw out half of it from the right from the get-go. Now I could probably try to run, I don't know, if adding more processes to this is probably not going to help that much. Now all you have to do is get the remaining parts in. You're ready to get the 100 ED out there. Yes, get on that Esprit gang, because I would love to join that club. Not right away, but you know what? Eventually, there's a lot of equipment out there that I want to be adding to our setup. At the same time, I also want to try to keep things within a certain budget that can be attained over time. I know, but there are a lot of people who also like to just, this is what I want to spend, and this is what the equipment that I want, and that's fantastic. And trying to keep this within maybe utilizing bits and pieces of equipment that most people can get their hands on easily, and even if it is just for the sake of supply chain. You got very, very lucky. Well, that's also good. I did have a chance to get a 100 ED. However, I was going to get absolutely destroyed on import charges. So it wouldn't have been, I would have had to like extremely lowball the person to try to make it worth my while. But overall, I am happy with how it all looks. For an hour and a half, having to throw out data like right away, because clouds rolled in. That's where another problem I was getting with the banding, because we were shooting this during a new moon, so there was basically no other source of light pollution other than just the clouds that were rolling in. If we ever end up able to have in-person star parties, I'll definitely be lugging yours out there. I mean, I have seen people with some huge telescope setups at star parties. But again, it's everything that you want to do. As much as any setup can be portable, if you have the means to transport it out there and the power sources. So, plans that we want to be able to do for our star parties in this area is, well, at least the snow's kind of slowed down a bit, is to be able to have some sources of power out in the field, not too far away from the main house. However, just enough away from any possible sources of light pollution that we may encounter, and probably picking a couple of different sites around the area that we can go to. There is one that is nice and secluded around trees that will kind of protect everything from the wind, and then there's another area that has a great view to the south, but everything from the south is exposed. So it depends on maybe what type of imaging session we want to do, or just observations. What's up in the sky at that point? You'll have one of those big old portable power banks. I also probably need to get a couple of those as well if I want to move things around in different areas. And I will be right now. Like I said, the telescope is just off to the left on the deck, and that was mainly because I did, on the first night that I did any photography out here, I could hear coyotes out in the distance. And it was one of those like, ugh. It's like 1 a.m, and I'm hearing them off in the distance. I can't see anything like 3 feet in front of me because it's so dark. And I'm like, all right, let's get things up off the ground, so I'm spending less time out in the open here. Then you got to explain out to the border. They probably wouldn't be. You grew up in way rural Texas, so you're not bothered by that. I am largely a city slicker. So moving out into the rural Ontario, there are still some new things that we're getting used to out here. The wonder of seeing 5 deer in the backyard was that was the most we've ever seen at one time. One day we saw one and we were like freaking out, like, oh, it's so cool! Look, a deer! And then there were like 5 today. Everybody was like wonderfully freaking out. So I'll put a couple of images on. I'll share a couple of those on Discord a little later of our deer encounter. But this is all just blowing snow right now. I think it's still saying over the next 24 hours we'll get 15 to 25 centimeters of snow. Oh, officer, don't mind my weird plastic boxes full of a bunch of wired together batteries and undeterminable electronics. It's for telescopes. I don't know why you had like a strong Eastern Canadian accent. I have had some interesting encounters crossing the border with less equipment. You just gotta try to blend in there, but you know, you gotta see. No way. We got a 5-headed deer in our backyard, don't you know? I gotta say, they breed them different up here in southwestern Ontario. I tell you what. Who would imagine in the right mind you'd be seeing all these deer with five freaking heads on them, bud? Can't imagine that. Be ridiculous, you know. All right, tomorrow morning, now that we have as much of our image as possible, we need. Okay, so we already have bees. We have beehives. Kajad, you're saying we got to get chickens for the synergistic value of the 2 species, and now Blocksmith, we need to get some donkeys that aren't going to take any from coyotes. Perfect. We'll inadvertently end up with a zoo. I mean, I'm pretty sure one of our cats, she is working up to bring home a coyote. It is, she started off with a little shrew, and then it worked up to a mouse, and then a chickadee, and then a red squirrel. And, you know, she's working her way up the food chain. Eventually, we're imagining she'll get a skunk or a raccoon one day. Would it take long to get new Astro equipment at your current location? In the sense of just like supply chain or locate, or just the. I'm away from a lot of light pollution, but we're not that remote. Remote enough that we get some internet, but not remote enough that we can't get some images or get some equipment up here. Careful with those shrews, they're venomous. What? No, they're not. Are they? I have no idea about shrews other than shrew. They're like mice with long noses. Are they venomous or poisonous? Because there's some important information here that we need to know if we need to stop cats from eating them. That may explain some things. That may explain some issues. All right. If I don't know if Mrs. Canuck is listening. We need to research shrews. We need to see what we need to watch out for. Again, see? Things that we didn't know we needed to know. There's no handbook that comes with moving up into the country. Venomous if you die and said animal tries to eat you. If the animal bites me and I die, they're venomous. If I bite the animal and I die, they're poisonous. There we go. Wait, hold on. Was that right? Sometimes it's better not to know, you know? Sometimes maybe ignorance can be bliss. I'm not eating a shrew. There is no... we don't have any shrew on the menu. We don't have little tiny shrews, big shrew, manipulative shrew. None of that's on the menu for us. A venom bites you, poison I bite. So if it bites me, it's venomous. If I bite, yeah. All right. We got there. We got there in the end. Yarp. Yarp. All right. Markarian's chain. Calling this one done for now. Kijad, how do you know? How do you know? Spoiler. Whoops, it's Texas. Is Texas like mini Australia? Texas is America's Australia, right? And if it's not venomous, it's a tornado. If I eat a bunch of ghost peppers and bite, that involves me eating a bunch of ghost peppers. One was enough. One ghost pepper was enough. I think I'm happy with the outcome in many ways. I'm probably poisonous for like the next 12 hours, and then the ghost pepper is out of the system. So tomorrow morning, little under 12 hours from now, we'll continue our build. Continue our build of the NASA Space Shuttle Discovery. We started off with the Hubble Space Telescope, and I mean, it's just a cool little build. And it's not a little build either. I mean, it's going to be huge. We're going to get the base size of the rocket, the space shuttle in a bit. And we'll see how far we get in there. Still running some processes to get to pick out soon. No worries. So we'll see how that's going to turn out. Goat pepper. We'll maybe that's what we'll do. We will grow ghost peppers, but we will rename them goat peppers. As long as they're grown in and around the goat shed area, then we'll get that sorted out. I think that is highly appropriate. We need to crossbreed them with. How do you crossbreed peppers? What do we gotta do? Does it need to be? Do you have to cross pollinate? Is it more than one season, or can I just like cut a seed in half of a ghost pepper and a goat egg? Can we grow those? Would that work? And just have them grow into something interesting. Yes? No? Cut the end of one pepper open, shove the other one into the hole. I mean, stranger things have happened, right? Now time for the ultimate test. You're going to remote slew it. All right, fingers crossed for you. Hybridizing plants is basically voodoo. So do we need to get out the dollars into smoke? Do we need to? All right, that's probably going too far. We will call on the power of Papa Shango and bring down the hybridized goat pepper. Even if anything, we'll just grow ghost peppers and call them goat peppers. As long as we grow it out by the goat shed. No, by the goat shed. We'll bring that out. All right, so here's what we're going to do. In an effort to meet some new people, I am taking suggestions on who to raid. Basically, it really needs to be somebody new. I'd like to meet some new people in the new year. And again, maybe if there's anyone kind of close to science and tech, or there's just someone who's doing something really interesting on Twitch, I'm always up to hearing suggestions on who we're going to raid, how we can expand our communities. Now, I was looking at a couple of people, possibly Chris Prilio, or his birthday subathon count is interesting. Who do we have there, Caleb? Because I was looking at Chris Prilio. Perhaps he is also does some science and tech. He's doing some 3D printing, does Lego builds as well. Kijat, it worked. Nice, excellent. Hannah Belia playing Scarf at the moment. All right, let's check that out. So yes, I was checking out Chris here, but let's have a look at your selection as well there, Caleb. Oh, look, an ad for the Wheel of Time, or La Roue de Temps. Série numéro uno. All right. Are they English? What is Scarf? What is Scarf? What is it? Should be going for 3 hours. All right, cool. Enigma Gal, hello. How you doing? Good to see you in here, just making the rounds. No worries. Wonderful to have you in here. How has your evening been? Glad to have you in here with us. General chat. All right. I think we'll send it over to Hannah. Hannah, hello everybody. My name is Hannah, an art lover, self-proclaimed gaming noob, and generally a dork. Very interactive streamer. Love talking to chat. All right, sounds wonderful. Let's we'll send things over to Hannah's stream. Meet someone new, and let's before we head out there. Hannah Biella. We're going to check out Hannah Biella tonight. You have a much more even sky than mine, Caleb. I love it. Hey, that's pretty cool, man. I love all the galaxies that we have in this image. And if we can get more time on here, I will definitely add more data to this set for sure. And also, if we get the you got some dirty tricks done to it. I look forward to hearing more. I also would, if you're cool, to pick your brain later on once we get into Pix Insight. I think that'll be absolutely crucial. Because I know if I'm going to go back, and I'm probably going to check out a couple other resources for Pix Insight before we get on all of that. So here is, let's go over to this screen for a second here. Caleb, that is your Markarian's chain, and here is my Markarian's chain. Like I said, I do like the even, you said dynamic background extraction for the win. Caleb Canuck. I think we just need to combine these two together and everything will look fantastic. Well, yeah, for in the subscriber section on Discord, this data set is available. It is only an hour and a half, so we'll get by with it as best as we can. So in the meantime, if you do want to check out our Discord channel, as always, I will put some notifications and updates on Twitter, and sometimes whenever there's little brain farts, we'll throw things out on there. Instagram, I'm probably going to post my blue Pleiades, just to kind of work with. I did like Pleiades post, and let's do one more Pleiades. So for those of you who are subscribed to the channel, that is our raid message. For those who are not subscribed to the channel, I appreciate you spending your time here with us. That is worth more than any dollar amount that can be had, and I appreciate you guys so much. Also, thank you to everyone who has subscribed and resubscribed tonight, and those who had gifted subs. Beetle Rock for the raid, as well as Worlds of Confusion. Always happy to have you in here. Kazakh Princess, oh no, hello. Hello. We are just ending things off today. However, we will be back in less than 12 hours with our Lazy Sunday Lego stream. But for tonight, we're going to send things over to Hannah Biella, and she is having her birthday stream. We're going to check out somebody new. We're going to check out some new communities because I think it is always fantastic to be able to check out more people, see what people are having fun on Twitch. So yes, please copy that message in there, and we'll send the raid out to Hannah. Hannah, let me spell it right. Biala. There we go. All right, that is rolling through. Tomorrow morning, we'll be back with our Lazy Sunday Lego stream, continuing our NASA Space Shuttle Discovery, which is, I've been looking forward to that. I hope you guys had a good time tonight, and we look forward to seeing you again in a few hours' time. I'm going to get some sleep. And yeah, just the fact that we're going to be waiting for more snow to come rolling in, there's nothing we can do about it. But I appreciate you guys hanging out tonight. Hope you had a fantastic time. As always, I have been Tom. I am the Astro Canuck. I'm not here to change the world. I'm here to share the universe. Have a very good evening, and we will see you all again real soon. Take care.